Fantastic. Can you see? Oh,
Not
I
yet.
saw to exit full screen. Okay, see. Can you see it? Can you see it now?
It hasn't come up yet.
What?
It hasn't come up yet.
Okay, hang on. Hang on. Screen sharing.
Okay, yeah, now it's sharing.
That's what I'm talking about. See what I'm talking about? It's full on my.
Okay,
I want to split it
so that you can see.
so that I can see. I want another screen. I can split my screens on my laptop, right? But
Yeah.
how will I screen them on split them on Zoom?
So you want to be showing two things at a time.
No, no, no. I want to be seeing two screens at a time.
Okay, I'm not sure I um
You get what I'm
understand.
asking, yeah?
Yeah, I'm
You
not
see the
sure
way
yet.
right now, yeah? You can
Yeah.
see you can see the screen, you can see the slides,
Yes,
and
I
you
can
can
see the
see
slide.
me. And you can see
Yeah.
me, right?
Yes.
So this is a full screen and a smaller screen, right?
Yes.
So how do I split Zoom to be on one side and then maybe Word to be on another side?
Oh, I'm not sure that is possible.
Yeah, because I've been trying it here and it's not working.
Yeah, it's not. So if you need to see Zoom or something else, then you have to minimize, like you have to click on the tile that has what we want to see.
Yeah. Okay, I'll close that. Okay.
Yeah, so I don't want this to be part of the.
Not a problem. We'll start when we're ready. It's still have a couple more. We have 9 minutes, yeah.
Yes, yes.
So the voice is good. I need more light.
Yeah.
Hold on. I need more light. Hold on. Uh-huh. Is that better?
Yes, it's
You can
brighter.
see me clearly. You see me clearly?
Yes, I can. It's brighter.
Fantastic. Alright. I need Hey, have we gotten the YouTube link?
Yes, yes, we have. We've shared it.
Mm, 5 minutes. Okay. Come to the gym exactly at 7. I'm too hot. And this thing is giving me fun. It's 3 minutes time. It's time of the gym. And then you take what if power comes, you go, I think you take a look, yeah? All right, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. One minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. 1 minute. Mhm.
Open it in the audio now.
Hello, welcome, Dorcas. Welcome, welcome. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can. We can.
Oh, hello, welcome. Just a minute. We're operating too many gadgets. Right. Eureka! Fantastic. Here we are. Welcome, everyone. I see people are joining in little by little. How is everyone doing? How was your day? We can take about 10 minutes to interact a bit before we start. Those who are on YouTube, you're welcome. I hope you can all see and hear me. Good evening, Chinwe. You're welcome. You're welcome. Let me know where you're joining us from. You can type it in the comments. Both those who are on YouTube and those who are here with me on Zoom. You can type in where you're joining us from, where you're tuning in from. Mm. Wait, I'm not audible. Can you hear me now? Oh yeah, there, someone had me. Chino, you're coming from Kaduna. You're welcome. Olayemi, can you hear me? Let's confirm you can hear me. Someone else, let us know where you're joining us from. Okay, it's going to be almost 2 hours, so I think we'll start while the rest join in. They will pick up from where they will meet us. Good evening, everyone, and you're welcome. I'm so glad you made time to be here with me tonight for an intimate conversation that we're going to have, which we're calling the Quiet Comeback, where we will discover how every Nigerian is rebuilding their lives after what most would call, quote unquote, shameful choices. Let me share my screen. And let me know once you see the screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see the screen.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you. So my name is Treazer. That's just how it's pronounced. And together we'll learn how to unmask shame. Yeah. You're my guest. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Even those on YouTube, you're very welcome. I hope you've grabbed some writing material, a drink, a snack, and you've gotten comfortable. Yeah. Keep telling me where you're joining from. So like I said, we're going to have an intimate conversation. So if you're here tonight, there has to be it's either you're on, there has to be a way to live, or you're curious, and that's okay too. Curiosity is good as well. Yeah. So you're exactly where you need to be and stay comfortable. So let's start with those late night scrolls where everyone seems to be thriving. Yeah. And you're there thinking, God, when? Huh? You're overwhelmed and maybe even tired. It doesn't have to be you. This is one scenario. Um, um, okay. The second one, people praise you, they clap for you, or even envy you. Yeah, but inside you're just numb, just numb. You you ticked the boxes. You've achieved all the goals, but somewhere, somehow, the life you built doesn't fit the person you feel inside. Yeah. Or, that tiny moment. Yeah. Sometimes you just don't have the strength to explain the heaviness you're carrying, you know? And that's the truth. You don't have the words to explain it. Or those moments of courage where you're Googling therapy, and then it's followed by fear. There's a lot of different fears. Many people take that first step in secret before they admit it to themselves. And that's okay too. That's okay too. You've been the strong one, the responsible one, the fixer. You're the one who tries to put everyone and everything together, but no one sees the weight you carry. You're holding the world together, but yours is falling apart quietly. You're just there, it's falling apart, but you're trying to hold everyone else's together. Yeah. We have landed here. You're not broken. Hmm? You're a step away from your real and better equipped identity. Yeah. So which one applies to you? And always only share what's comfortable. Share only what's comfortable with you. You can share it in the comments. Before we start, we've not even started. Let's get into house rules. This is a confidential space. Please, please, please do not share anyone else's story outside of here. We're respectful. There's no judgment. There's no shaming. We can't be unmasking shame and then we are shaming each other. The webinar will run for about 90 minutes. I will pick a few questions or comments in between, as I'd want it to be interactive. Yeah. I'll leave 15 minutes for Q&A at the end. You can type your questions in the chat or save them for later. I also don't want to sound like I'm preaching. I am not a clergy. So this is just a learning moment, please. If you feel overwhelmed at any point, you're allowed to take a break. Or if it gets too distressing, you can reach out for help. I want us to start settling. So we'll start with a very calm, grounding reflection. You'll just listen in with the flow of the words that I'll be saying. Yeah. You can close your eyes if you're able to, or if you want to. Take a slow, Gentle breath in through your nose and exhale softly. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw unclench. Breathe in, out. You breathe in through your nose and then you exhale softly. You are safe here. So if your eyes are closed, if you're relaxed, just keep listening to what I am saying. You are safe here. Right now, in this moment, nothing else matters but you. No expectations, no pressure, just you, your breath, and a space that welcomes you exactly as you are. With your next exhale, release any weight of shame. Let go of the harsh words you've carried. Let go of the you should have known better. Let go of the what will people say. Let the breath carry away anything that has made you shrink yourself. Breathe in your worth. Inhale, exhale. Fill your chest with the reminder that you matter. You can keep breathing in and out. We're still on reflection. You're allowed to take up space. Your story, your body, your voice, and your healing are very, very valid. Say silently to yourself, I deserve peace. I deserve kindness. I deserve healing. And now, let's come back. For those who have done that, let's come back. Wiggle your hands, your shoulders. Just wiggle your shoulders. Relax your face. Come back to the room at your own pace. Get back to this. You carry back a little softness when you come back in. Yeah? And a little less weight. Anyone who tried that, did that feel lighter? Let's take a moment to settle back. And let's welcome those who are joining us here from YouTube. So this is what we were going through. We affirm our worth. We remind ourselves that we matter. And then, so why am I the right person to have this conversation with you? I will try to not rush this, but I will try not to be slow. I really needed something close to a mental rebirth, you know? As you can see here, I was exactly where you might be. You may not be there, but you might be there. It doesn't matter. I really needed a rebirth. It was either that or an epic downfall. So I chose to reflect on where I was, how I was going on, how my end was going to look like. I had to go through that and have a look within. And here we are now. Yeah. I was too ashamed to ask for help. Then I was too proud to admit. Then it was a lot going on. Yeah. So I figured my trigger was drinking. Not everyone can quit cold turkey, but I did. And after that, everything started changing. My reflection, things started getting better for me personally, spiritually, emotionally, even health-wise, like physical health. Everything started changing. Everything started changing for the better. After healing, I decided to help others get healthier. And so all my credentials that we are going to go to here, all my credentials are sort of connected, yeah? So there's general counseling, there's CBT, depression, and grief bereavement. General counseling to deal with a broad range of personal, social, and other problems, as the name states, yeah? Then once we identify the problem, CBT, which is cognitive behavioral technique. CBT is simply changing negative thoughts, patterns and behaviors. You have this problem, yeah? Let's find a solution. That's CBT. You have a problem, CBT helps you find a solution. You take away the negative thoughts, the negative perceptions, and then we replace them with positivity to guide you out of that negative funk, yeah? Then when you're feeling hopelessness, you're sad, you're so under for more than 2 weeks. Actually, for more than 2 weeks, it's most likely depression. And there are so many types of depression. We're not going to go through that. So if you look at it, it's everything circles back to itself. And then we have to go through the grief of losing the you that you knew to the person you are now. So grief and bereavement is not just for people who have left us, people who have passed away. Even you can mourn your past as you welcome your present and your future. So that's why all that comes together. So I don't just teach or guide. I'm very passionate about these topics as I have lived them. Yeah. I have lived these, I have helped others. And so it gives me joy to see how people improve and how people transform. It's work, but it's very worth it. It's very rewarding. It's very humbling and healing and rewarding to see other people transform right before your eyes, So, what are we going to cover? We're finally arrived at the main course. This is the main course. That was like the appetizer. Why we're all here, yeah? We're going to look into the roadmap to your quiet comeback. Part 1, we'll go through 3 types of cultural shame and which one is secretly controlling your life. You have to pick yours. Yeah, there are several, but you will have the one that you identify with. You may not identify with everything. Yeah. Part 2, there's a framework that I use with my clients. So I'll just take you briefly through that and show you how it works. Then the exact words to use when family asks what's wrong with you, or when you're going through a change and you don't know how to tell it to somebody. And here, when I talk about family, I'm not just talking about your immediate family. So you see, there are people you call family, your friends, your people who maybe you've served with. The family doesn't just have to be blood. I hope we all agree with that. So this family, when they ask, you will have ways to answer them, and then you can reframe from what you use to newer ways of answering. Part 4 will have 6 ready action plan, yeah, that you can start with tonight, even after we're done here. So those action plans, we'll be going through them to see how they will be helpful for you. And they help a lot, by the way. They do. Then we will have a live Q&A. We will still take questions in between, but we'll have a live Q&A. Now there we'll take all the questions that we haven't taken, which I'll try my best. I don't want to promise and break a promise. So please, let me see if you're all with me. Yeah. Can you type yes in the chat if you're still with me, if anything I'm saying sounds familiar, if you're following because I really don't want to bore you. And let's take a break, and let me get this closer to me. Let me go to the comments so I can see so far where we've gotten. Does anyone have any comment, compliment, complaint, question, anything before we move further? We've not handled so much, but a question or two before we continue. Any question? All right, we can continue. So, I'm sure we all know what shame is, but let's just quickly define it, yeah? Oh, and you'll hear this shame word a lot, a whole lot here. So I'm really praying it's not one of your triggers. It's not a trigger word for you, and you can still sit through this. It will be a lot, but we're trying to break it. So I pray it's not one of your triggers. So please bear with me. It is not intentional, it's what we are discussing. Yeah. So what is shame? Let me see. I can explain it, but let me read it. Let me see. Shame is a feeling that can make you believe there is something wrong with you. It's as simple and that is that something that will make you believe, right? It's not true, but you believe it is. Yeah, that is the simplest definition. Okay. Let me tell you something about this shame thing. My upbringing, yeah. My upbringing, I did not have a bad upbringing. I think when we are growing up, everyone is like, my upbringing wasn't good. Most people, not everyone. There are people who've had very good upbringing, but there are people who it's been tough for them. And until I started meeting people in their healing journeys, and I had stories of relatives who shame you for the smallest of things, you know, and then they put that burden on you, and now you start carrying it. Stories of parents, stories of you've been moved to a relative's house as a young person, and then they've inflicted on you so much, yeah. Oh, you're not good enough, you're this, you're that, and then even the actions, you know, actions, words, all put together. It's a very painful thing to hear. At first, I used to sit and I'm like, is this really happening? But you can't go and start asking people, are you sure it's not a soap opera? But funny enough, you hear it from like three different people, yeah? Three different scary stories, and you're like, what's going on here, you know? But then again, we remember that unhealed people will go and bleed on others, yeah? So I stopped thinking, oh, that little thing that happened to me, oh, my upbringing thankfully was good. If compared to that, we're not comparing, but if compared to that, my upbringing was good. Yeah, I've met people whose upbringings were they could do a whole series. And that's actually also part of why we started this, so that we can make it a shame series, because as you're carrying that, you carry it comes shame and trauma, they're all combined. Yeah. So when you understand where your shame comes from, it can help you to stop it controlling your life, because a lot of ways it will control your life. The place you live, the person you date, the person you marry, the person you are, the things you adopt to, the things you allow, the boundaries you think you cannot hold. You know, there's a lot. So that's that all circles into it. So shame is not just an emotion. It shapes your thoughts, you see, there. It shapes your mood. it shapes your actions. You start thinking, oh, I don't deserve ABCD. I don't deserve, I'm not worthy of. Yeah. You avoid people, you're numb to pain. You start making things your new normal. Yeah. They start becoming your new normal. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Personally, I believe you know the way you come into this world as a child and you're very happy as a small child. You're very happy until now the world around you starts shaping your feelings, emotions. So I think that's how we should always go on. We're supposed to be happy people, but then the environment, situations, how life starts shaping itself around us, within us, and in our brains, that starts changing everything. So normally we're supposed to be happy people. Yeah. And it's sad because there's not much you can do about it but start the healing process. Yeah. Now, the comeback becomes harder because shame itself is a chain. Let me explain something a little something. Shame is heavy, yeah? It weighs people down emotionally. It blocks movement. How does it do that? It makes it harder to take action. Remember what I was saying? It makes it harder for you to speak up. It's at any confidence that you have. Most people will have low self-esteem, right? And it just keeps chipping at you. Yeah. And remember, again, I said shame and trauma hand in hand, they go together, right? Um, then it creates a cycle. How does this cycle go? You feel bad, you hide, the hiding increases the shame. You feel bad, you hide you hide because of that feeling. Yeah. So feeling, action, and then routine. Does that make sense? So that's why that statement, the comeback becomes harder because shame itself is a chain. You see, it keeps circling, it keeps rotating. Yeah. You're not just dealing with the situation, you're fighting everything wrapped around it. And there's a lot. Once the shame is released, the comeback becomes possible and it becomes very easy. Yeah. You remove the chain, you're free to move again. You know, so imagine you're carrying that chain of and yeah, very soon we're going to see if we can talk about them. Imagine what you're holding. Imagine if you release it. Yeah. So hold on. Where does shame show up mostly? Oof, this is a good one. This is a good one. In this culture that we are in, most of us are dealing with at least one or more of these, be it family issues, be it intimate or platonic relationships, be it in a marriage, in finances, religion, all of them, all of them. There's a place where shame will show up, you know. So I said again, I don't want to be preachy. Yeah. So I'm going to take a moment. Let's interact. Hmm? I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear. You can put it in the chat. Those who are here with me, you can raise your hand and let's talk about it. Which area you think shows up most around you? Yeah. Please share what you're comfortable with. Do not feel at any point moved to share anything that you feel is heavy for you or is not comfortable. Can you all please hear me? Or I've been here by myself? Hi. Wow. Can anyone hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, thank you. I thought I was talking the whole time by myself. All right. I'll take a moment. Anyone? Okay, let me take it back. Sorry. Where does shame show up most? It could be you, it could be your environment. Where do you see it showing most? And you can give examples. Please, again, anything you're comfortable sharing. Anyone? The floor is open.
Okay. I want to say something.
Carry on, please. You're very welcome.
Okay. If I have become so, upbringing when the upbringing is so, let's say, so strict that a little thing you do, even as a child, they clamp down on you. They clamp down. So you become so careful that you don't know the next thing you will do, and then you will be beaten. You become so careful and you grow it into adulthood, and you don't want people to jeer at you, to make mockery of you, and so you are like living inside a shell. Just in fact, you are not yourself. In fact, that's just how I can put it. Because you are
Mhm.
so overly careful so that you don't make mistake, because you don't want anything to come upon you and all that. So that is what I can share for now.
I'm sorry that has happened to you. I'm very happy that you recognize it. Yeah, I'm very happy you recognize it, and I'm very sorry that's happened. That's again part of the chain, and it's breakable. It's actually breakable. So don't fret. We'll work around it. Don't you worry. By the time we are done, you will be working with a bounce. Believe you me, there'll be a bounce because things are
Okay.
good. I'm
All right.
listening. Go on.
And another thing I notice is
Mm,
try not to make mistake, try not to do anything. I keep making more and more and more and more and more.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is one thing I noticed. Uh, I don't want to do anything that will bring shame upon me, and like I'm going more into it.
Let me ask you, yeah? When you were younger, do you remember what you wanted to be? Okay, hold on. When we're younger, we want to be a lot of things, We change
Yeah.
it every other time, most of us. There are those who specifically knew, oh, I want to be a scientist. But most of us, we keep changing that thing like we're changing meals. So what is that one thing that you remember you really wanted to be, and it stayed with you for a while? Like maybe I wanted to be a teacher, I wanted to be a teacher, I wanted to be a teacher. Others came, but this one stayed constant. Which is that? Can you remember one?
Okay, I had wanted to be a lawyer or a journalist. Those two. Those
And
were
not
upper.
you're doing neither of them.
I'm doing neither of them. I'm a teacher now.
Okay, okay. It's still not a bad profession, but something held you back. You wanted to be a lawyer. You wanted to be a lawyer
Yes,
or a what? Please tell me again.
journalist. Journalist.
Aha, or journalist.
Yes.
See, those are those required a lot more. Anyway, we're not going to put teachers down. Teachers are the most. They're our second parents. You're still doing something good, but I see where this is coming from. There was a personality there that you were following, but then it was squeezed in, it was squeezed in as all these things kept coming up. Yeah, what you were trying to describe, as it goes on, you start shrinking, you continue shrinking until either there's no way for you to become a lawyer, or in your head you're like, law, no way, and most of these things are very in what's the word, is it inconsequential? English is not our first language. What's the word? They're very they come very, very subtly, they just slide in, and then they start becoming like your daily life without you knowing. That's why we have these sessions to pause and take note. Most of the things we're going to talk about here are things you already know, are things that you you can even go and tell someone else, or you even be like, oh, I know that, but this is like a reminder. You're having like a mirror reflection with words. You're reflecting back with words that you already know, and then you see them from another perspective. Yeah. So as we will continue talking, it will be as if, oh, but I know that. Please don't dismiss it. Treat it like revision. Treat it like life revision. Please. It always helps. And you will hear something that will be helpful today. Yeah. I'm very sure you'll hear something that will be. I am certain. I don't want to say I'm confident. That is that is having too much ego, but I am certain because I am praying that you will pick up something. Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing. Anyone else? Someone else who wants to share something? Anyone?
Yeah. Yes, Treazer, I had put something on the chat.
Hold on. Let me see.
I put relationships.
Hello.
Yes.
Oh, first of all, let me welcome those who have. Oh, Winnie, you're very welcome. Jane, you're very welcome. Welcome. I hadn't seen more people had shown up. I was too busy trying to talk plenty. I get very passionate with this topic, so apologies. And those who are on YouTube, Dorcas from Abuja, you're very welcome, Dorcas. Nice to have you here. So Winnie says, shame shows up in workplaces when you're made to feel like you are a failure just because some people have gone up in the career. These, right there, these. Very important, very important. And then remember, it is what you're holding, yeah? It should be their problem, but the way it subtly just slides in, yeah? It subtly slides in and then it starts becoming a you problem. Don't worry, we're supposed to reverse it so that it can be an other people problem. There's something that I like, and I think I will say it now because I think I had remembered to state it somewhere when we're doing boundaries. You are responsible to other people. You are not responsible for other people. There's a difference between those two. You're responsible to other people. Like to other people, they should see you are quote unquote a responsible person or a responsible person. Let's not even quote it. But you are not responsible for other people. Everybody should be responsible for themselves. Yeah. Thank you, Winnie. Jane, relation. Oh, yes, where shame shows up. Very important, especially in relationships when we are. Someone came and was telling me how their friend, yeah, their very good friend is throwing jabs at them, yeah, is throwing jabs at them repeatedly. And I remember even in a Q&A, someone else came and mentioned this, but this is a client and she's like, I love this person as my sister. We've grown up together. We've, because they had the same, their parents worked in the same area. So they kept moving to the same areas together. So they almost became like family. But this person wants to one-up them every time. And you're like, but I love you like a sister. What is going on? That is what is going on with them, and then now they bring it to you. It starts being a problem, a you problem. Yeah, in marriages you find emotional abuse. We'll talk about that somewhere down. You find financial abuse. Yeah, and you're being shamed. Why can't you make more money? Or I'm the one who is providing, and it happens both in male and female. Yeah, it's a sad occurrence. It's very sad. Let me see on YouTube if anyone has added something. Hold on. Bukola, you're welcome. Please, if I butcher your name, I apologize. My tongue and names, it is not intentional. Please. But I will do my best. The ones that I can't pronounce. Where were we? Thank you all those who have shared. Let us go back to, let's see, let's go back to the slides. Oh. Okay, we're back. Now, after all that we've gone through, we start rebuilding, yeah? And rebuilding, you don't rebuild by thinking, you rebuild by doing. I know we all know that. Remember, again, I said most of these things are things that you know, but let's just do it like life revision, yeah? You don't rebuild by thinking, you rebuild by doing. Small. Just let me tell you, something as small as if you've never drank water in the morning, drink a glass or just have 2 sips. Yeah, very small, but very intentional, deliberate, and steady steps, because it has to be repeated for it to get to being a habit. Yeah, they will create serious, real change. You don't have to do it with pressure. That's why you start very small, very tiny habits. There's this book, Atomic Habits. Yeah, if you read through it, it explains to you how you start. That's why it's called atomic, tiny, very tiny habits, like an atom. Yeah, it's very helpful for those who like reading. It's called Atomic Habits. It's by trying to remember James Clear. Atomic Habits. Yeah. So it shows you how you can start rebuilding. Yeah. So let's start by career. This is where you start small. Yeah. You don't need a big break to restart. You see, the problem is people want a very big break. I've been hearing people talking about 100 million. Me too. I want that 100 million. Excuse me, start with 10,000. Start with 10,000 and build. Don't start thinking, and people are always in such a, you see, especially here in Nigeria, there's so much rush. I'm always asking, where are we rushing to? Where are we rushing to? Because you're rushing to 90 and then gone. Unless people here know something that the rest of the world doesn't know, like maybe there's life after, like what you did here, you carry it and you continue it to the next life, because that's the speed that people will go with. Please, I'm not condemning people. It just shocks me. It shocks me how people want to just go big. It's like go big or go home, You just try, you just try a few entry points like these ones, The goal is momentum, not a miracle. Don't expect a miracle. Just start with momentum. Again, back to habits, you start small. Yeah. Apprenticeship. I was trying to get that word in my tongue. Please, I'm trying to say this word, that one. That's what I'm. My tongue has refused. I'm trying to say this word under career. You can see it. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. Small skills, yeah. You use small skills today that become your confidence tomorrow, because as you continue doing, these are the things that we tell kids, yeah. But then funny enough, we don't do them to ourselves. We're very, very selfish with ourselves. Most times, if you look, we're very selfish with ourselves. We're very selfless. We're very helpful. We're very, what's the word? We're very compassionate with others, but we're mostly very hard on ourselves. Mostly, not always. There are people who've learned the art of self-love, and it's a beautiful thing. But it's not something to blame people, because there's a lot that hovers around you. There's a lot of shadows that are hovering around you that you will need to work out, and get to the light, and then just leave that one natural shadow behind, because shadows are also good. That's a topic for another day. Yeah. Let's go to the next one. Finances. Yeah. Finances, you start with basic budgeting that shows you where your money actually goes. See, I met someone, a very wealthy young man. Yeah. And he was wealthy, financially wealthy. Let me use that, because we are wealthy in different ways. He was very financially wealthy because I knew what he was doing and I knew how much he was making, but it wasn't tallying with the life that he was living, And then you come to find out the things that he spends money on, he doesn't even know some of the things that he spends money on, Oh, because you made $10,000 today, a friend asks you for maybe $500, you just give. It's not bad to give, but you have to know where your money is going and the why, the where and the why. That's how you start taking action with your finances. Why are we talking about all this? This is how you prepare yourself to get to the identity that you're getting to. So please, let me not lose you anywhere. This is still under identity. Yeah. So please follow. We're getting somewhere. Okay, what's the next one? So you can consider cooperative societies. There are so many here. Rotation, Ajo and Esusu. I know most banks here, they do that. Yeah. It's very, especially for the bank. If you don't have friends who you can do it with, you can very well do it with the banks, and it's very helpful. And just hold your money there. It also gives you discipline. Discipline with life goes a long way. Yeah. And it also helps you with accountability. Discipline, accountability, all those beautiful words, they all come together. Yeah. It's not about doing an overhaul of your life. We're not talking about do an overhaul of your life, like turn yourself inside out, upside down. Just create small anchors, small anchors, financial. What was the previous one? Career wise, you can even look at the career that you're having, and you can, like example, the lady who said she's a teacher. Yeah, there's a way she can find a way to link that with either journalism, or something to do with law. You can be an advocate and just do a little bit of study. Yeah. There's a lot of free courses online that can help you, and you find a way to link those two, right? So those are just small steps without having to stress yourself. Or there's something that you know that you can teach others, but what is holding you is that still again, that shame that you're holding of. They are saying, they look at me, oh, my body, oh, my skin, oh, I have you ever seen that have you guys ever seen the what's her name, the model, the Victoria's Secret model who has vitiligo? Vitiligo is that what is it called, skin, you get skin pigmentation, right? So they can be darker, and then they have patches of skin. It's a very beautiful speciality of skin. Yeah, I know it's a sickness,
Yeah,
but they look very good. Yeah.
I've seen
Now
it.
you'll find exactly. So you'll find someone who will be like, I met someone. I think maybe I should stop being nosy with people's lives, but they come to me. It's not me going to them. I'm sorry. I don't go to people, but they come to me. I should find out what that is about. So they come and we're talking, and I'm like, oh, do you mind me asking, is this vitiligo? And she's like, yeah, how did you know? And I'm like, because I remember my friend back in college used to have it on her leg, on the side of her rib, and I remember her saying like it's a birthmark, then it came somewhere else, and so we had to learn about it way back when. So she was like, she was thinking of turning Muslims so that she can be allowed to be covering herself with a hijab, the whole ninja style, that ninja style, so that she covers herself completely. And I'm looking at her and I'm thinking, you do have a mirror, right? But you've not, I'm not telling her this, I'm thinking to myself, you do have a mirror. That means you've not seen the beauty that you are. So as you pour positivity and the good parts of people to themselves, back to themselves, they have to see it. They move from negative to positive, and we talk once in a while. Since then, we met at an airport actually, but since then we chat every now and then on social media, and she has gotten leaps and bounds. Believe you me, I'm very sure that young lady did not have anyone who ever told her you're beautiful. And you can't blame people again, because maybe someone was looking at her and is like, how will I tell her this? She looks pretty. Or they will be staring and people are wondering, and she's wondering, why are people staring at me? But you see, it's the perception that you're having of yourself that you're showing other people. You see the circle. Yeah. Please, I'm deviating. Let's go back to concrete actions. Concrete actions. Mental health. Concrete actions. So support exists. Yeah, support exists. You are never alone. You are never alone. I'm not even talking about the religious part of God is with you. God will always be with you, but you're never alone, because most people, they hold things in because they feel, oh, I am alone in this. You're never alone. Yeah, you just need to pick up a phone or send a mail or send a text to someone, and you will have to find a support system, even one person that you can share. Yeah. And if you do not have someone, put me in your list. You can share with me. I don't mind. I really don't mind. Yeah. And you don't have to like go and pay so much money to start a session. Yeah. Because affordable counseling platforms are there, and even community-based counseling and therapies, they're growing. There's so many, they're coming up. So those can help. That's like you can start there, right? One conversation, like this conversation we're having, can shift the weight you have and the one that you carried for months, for years. Yeah. I know most people here have been carrying, don't worry, we'll get to break them down. Get to break them down. The different all those shames. Yeah. Ha. Let me tell you. Boundaries. This is a topic that excites me. It excites me because when I'm dealing with my clients, the way you see the transformation right before, like, it's night and day, literally. Boundaries. As simple as someone doesn't know that no is a full sentence, and then they are shocked when you're telling them, just tell them no. But just no. Yes, just tell them no. Why do you need to go and over-explain? I'm not saying be rude, be crude, but sometimes, let me tell you, it's very, example, it's very easy when a child says, "Mommy, can I have cake?" Or "Daddy, can I get a drink from the fridge?" And you're like, "No." It's very easy when we're doing it to our kids, right? But when we're doing it to adults, other adults, you have to feel like you need to explain. Again, it goes back to, see, I have somewhere where I wrote shame triggers because I was like, do I need to take this and make it long? Yeah. Shame triggers. Let's see if we can quickly handle them. What triggers you and makes you feel shameful? Appearance. We were talking about vitiligo just now. Your weight. Someone is so hell-bent on your weight. Someone has been so hell-bent on your weight. Either a parent is like, you're gaining weight. You're too thin. You need to eat, or you will not. Especially this thing of you will not find a spouse. We're not going there. Aging, you're aging, and instead of looking at the positive, there's wisdom that is coming with this, you're now reminiscing over the past. What have I not done? What did I not do? Please pause. Let's sit back and see achievements. I'm 55 years old. When I was 20, this happened. And this happened. And this is how I treated it. When I was 32, this and this happened. We're talking about the positives. When I was 32, I got a PhD. Please don't compare with anyone else. Don't start saying and so got it at 20 something or at 38. No. You're talking about yourself. Yeah. Now I'm 55. I do not have arthritis. My knees are not buckling or doing that noise. Like, just go and think the positive part, not thinking I am 55 and I don't even have a house. You see everyone else here, they own a house. No. They have not been through the journey you have been. You do not know their journey. They do not know your journey. Again, I know you know this. Let me remind you, this is a revision to hear it again so that you can have compassion for yourself. Because again, you've been shamed so much. Religion, you're going to church. Sister so and so doesn't have a good voice. She should go and stand in the back in the choir. And in the hearts of hearts, you know that you can try, because again, practice makes perfect. Put her in the front when people are practicing. Let her try. Believe you me, by the third try, she might start sounding better. But you people are putting her at the back, you're making her feel some type of way. And from that, I'm sounding like this has happened to me. No, I'm giving an example. Say you're going and you're wearing that dress that is just at the knees. It's not above, it's not below, just at the knees. And that is where Auntie so-and-so is going to come and start telling you, the devil has, because they've been seeing you with long dresses all through. The devil is trying to get to you. That's a form of being shamed. You're being shamed for what you're wearing. Meanwhile, when you left the house, you felt comfortable in it. And then we'll never see you again. We will never see those legs again. Not that we're meant to see them, but I'm using an example. Because you're going to go hide those legs because Auntie so-and-so said it. Because again, you will not hear the 99 people who were talking about your nice legs. Yeah. What other one? Let me see. Oh, performance and success. We've talked about academic failure, poor work results. Yeah. You're working your project, you're pulling behind on your project. Yeah. Financial struggles. This has happened to so many. Unless you were born on a silver spoon, you have really, really gone through this. Unemployment, for those who have faced unemployment, yeah, that's a trigger. Remember, we're talking about shame triggers. And what is a trigger? A trigger is something that makes you have some kind of emotions that, of course, they're not good emotions. Some very negative feeling. You will have all those palpitations. It just makes you feel you need to get out of your skin. That's a trigger. That's what you're handling. So another trigger can be social belonging. Oh, rejection. Have you seen where you're in a group and they will send, they will be sending photos, right? And you're wondering, when did this happen? Where did it happen? And how come I was not there? No, they did not invite you. Was it intentional? How will you know? Was it purposeful? How will you know? You were not there. Nobody talked to you about it. And out of maybe 5 or 10 people, nobody even thought, oh, so and so is not here with us. That is rejection, and that is a shame trigger because you're going back to yourself. You're like, but why did they not invite me? What was going on there? Let's see another. Please, adults can be bullied. Adults can be bullied. I had someone repeatedly saying, no, you cannot bully it. Adults can be bullied. Please, let's all remember that. Not just kids who get bullied. Adults bully other adults. We know that, right? Do you agree? Then there's family and parenting. This is where there's infertility, there's divorce, parenting struggles, even family conflict. It all comes here. Yeah. Then intimacy. You can have your trigger can be sexual performance because something again happened. Yeah. You can have a trauma from that thing that happened. Remember, there are two different things. The sexual performance is caused by the trauma. Those are two different things. And then you can have a broken relationship. So that is under intimacy. Identity and self-worth. That's where religion, culture, something will trigger you in that aspect. Yeah. When there was the xenophobia, right? They were doing Nigerian xenophobia out there. That can be a very big trigger because you're like, I'm just Nigerian. I did not kill anybody, I'm just Nigerian. Who did I offend? Like, I just come from that country. I'm not the country. I am me, So that can be a trigger caused by something else. Then morality and ethics. Addictions, breaking promises, perceived bad behavior. Remember, perceived bad behavior. Then there's vulnerability and dependency. Your shame trigger is when you need help or when you think you're needing help and you're having boom, boom, heart palpitation. Yeah. Illnesses can also cause you shame. For example, people who are having continence issue. Yeah. And you're wondering, someone has to come and change you. Do you know how it takes away from someone? You're feeling like it. Say people who are sick, they need to have a counselor or a therapist next to them to take them through that, because I can imagine how it feels when someone has to come and clean you up. Meanwhile, you were walking majestically just the other day, but now you cannot even move. That's a transition that needs to happen. Anyway, that's story for another day. Now we've gone through the triggers. I enjoy this boundary thing a lot. I do. Now we get to daily positive ritual that you daily positive rituals that you can do. Yeah. Remember, we're learning how to be kind to ourselves. Don't worry, please don't go away. We still have a lot of quote unquote shame to unpack. Here, you start with small boundaries and create emotional safety. Yeah. One action, one decision, one boundary. One action, one decision, one boundary. Either in that form, or you can jumble them together, but something has to happen. Remember, concrete actions. One action, one decision, one boundary. Yeah. Sometimes you just don't have, you don't have to show up for everything or for everyone. When will you take a break for yourself? Yeah. All right. There's something very remarkable, yeah, I love about most Nigerian parents. You know, the way they pour affirmations on their kids. I've seen it. You will see it on phone. You're this, you're that. God will do you this. God will bless you. You're destined for greatness. That thing is so beautiful because it goes to your subconscious, yeah. And I think that's why everywhere, most Nigerians will do very well. But then what am I saying? Nigerians will do very well even when they're doing bad. Yeah. I know that's a small percentage that does that. But can you imagine when you're told you're destined for greatness and you want to go and be a kidnapper? You'll be the best kidnapper. Are you kidding? You're destined for greatness and you want to go and be a doctor. Do you think you're just going to stop at a doctor? You're going to be a special surgeon. You're going to be the only one in that country, you know? Like, I feel it's fed into their subconscious. Your parent keeps repeating, they will pick up the phone before they even tell you why they called you. You're destined for greatness. You're amazing. You're my child. Nobody can take you this. Your name means this and this, and it is very important. That thing is very beautiful. That thing is, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, imagine if you just did that to yourself. Because these positive rituals, they just start small. For some, it's as simple as starting each day with a positive ritual like a journal. Yeah. But you have to say something nice about yourself. Now, that thing that your parent was saying to you, how about you say it to yourself? Right? You start saying it to yourself. If you don't, who will? Please learn to be your own cheerleader. Don't wait for someone else to come and do it for you. Learn to be your own cheer. Cheer yourself until, and you don't have to go around telling everyone I'm cheering myself. No, again, we have to have balance between ego and, between ego and super ego. Yeah. Super ego is like the angel on one side, and ego is like the devil on the other side. The angel is telling you, you're allowed to be very kind to yourself. Yeah. But then ego is like, go and tell everybody. How will they know? How will they? No, we're not for how will they know. Cheer yourself. You can even cheer yourself indoors. You can cheer yourself indoors. There's this video that used to circulate of one Brazilian cyclist. Yeah, the Brazilian cyclist. Can I remember her name? Flavia something. She had gone cycling for to represent the country, right? And she came seventh. Was seventh a bad number? No. Why? Because that was the very first time that Brazil had gotten that number. And the video that was circulating around, if some of you have seen it, was the video of her after finishing seventh, sitting somewhere, yeah, very exhausted and so emotional. And people were going through like what is going through her head, like because I don't think she came out and said what was going through her. I don't remember. But the story was she was wondering how nobody came to celebrate her. Even the other cyclists, the Brazilian cyclists, they did not stay to celebrate her, having been seventh, which is fast in Brazil, if I'm making sense. So she was there, and it's her relatives, I think her cousin and a few of her friends showed up, and she realized actually there were people to cheer her up. Yeah. So after, just imagine, she had done something so remarkable, it stays in the records, that she was the first one to win number one for Brazil. Yes, number 7 for world cycling, but number 1 for Brazil. Number 7 was the first for Brazil. But the one thing that will be remembered is how solemn and how somber she was, because she couldn't cheer herself. I'm telling you, it's not a goal. I will carry that flag. I will be rotating there until I will go dizzy. I will rotate there. I will be so excited. That's just me. I will be so happy because it's an achievement. I've done something not just for myself, but for my country. It might not help you as a country, but actually it will, because it will put you in the map. Yeah. Learn to celebrate yourself. Learn to celebrate you. It is be your own cheerleader first before others you're seeking others to cheer you, because that's, again, you're going to seek validation from others. That's another whole topic. Let's move on. Let's see. I'm done. Yeah. I think this came from concrete actions instead of I failed. I am learning resilience. I think this is under micro goals. Yes. So micro goals, yeah. For micro goals, actually, this is where CBT comes to play. Remember when I was talking about CBT, I briefly explained it earlier. Cognitive behavioral techniques. I hope you remember when I was describing it up there. So if you struggle with these micro goals, I want you to think routine until your micro goal starts becoming a habit. Because, again, let me see. There's something I like saying, and I write some things down because my brain sometimes runs a mile over a minute. Please don't mind me. Your habits define who you're being. Your boundaries define the space the space you require in order to be who you're becoming. Your habits define who you're being. Your boundaries define the space you require in order to be who you're becoming. I hope I don't need to repeat that again. Why am I saying that? Micro goals. Yeah. Micro goals, you start with routine. If you're struggling to put up a goal, like I have to start running. Yeah. And if you've not been running and you're not having any motivation, just start by putting your shoes where you can see them when you wake up. You will pass them there 2 days. The next day you'll be like, I have to be serious with myself, because you still have to have that conversation with yourself, So let's go through a simple routine that I always give, because I work with young people who are and low self-esteem, no self-worth, and all that. Yeah, I give them this so much. Yeah, my young clients, routine. You have to set an alarm at a specific time in the morning throughout, and this you're going to try for 2 weeks. Yeah, if you want to be waking up and it has to be realistic. Don't try to wake up at 5 a.m. and maybe your work starts at 9. Like, are you trying to punish yourself? And don't try to set your alarm. Anyway, you understand what I'm saying. But I'm going into youth mode. I'm forgetting. But you have to set your alarm at the same time, yeah, to wake up every day. Then after you get up, make your bed. Please make your bed. This is scientifically proven, and it has helped me so much. Just spread your bed. Spread your bed. Don't, before you do anything else, wake up, spread your bed. It also gets your brain from, we're not going back there. We're not, even when you're feeling so tired, you're like, okay, let me just snooze another 10 minutes. No, once you spread your bed, your system has already woken up, like, okay, that chapter we have closed until later, right? And then after that, and I've been doing that for years. It's very helpful for me. If I don't spread my bed, I will be feeling like something happened. Something is missing somewhere, because it has become a habit. Yeah. It started small, and actually it started when I was starting to feel depressed. I told you, I've lived this. When I started to feel depressed, I started to look for micro goals and micro actions that I can do that can get me out of a funk. Yeah. I used to get in one funk that I don't understand before I had to go and seek help. You just get into a funk, you don't want to do anything, you're not feeling anything, you're not feeling in, you're not feeling out. I don't know how else to describe it. You're just there. You're just meh, There's no in and out. You're not even feeling suicidal, like I should be out of here. You're just feeling you're feeling like a vegetable, literally. Meanwhile, you're moving, So you start doing things on auto. Yeah. You wake up, you know that my teeth have to be brushed. If you have the strength, because there are people who I know, because remember again, I've done depression, I do depression counseling. I have seen people who you have to really talk to them to just come and meet you. Like, you know what? You don't have to shower. Don't brush. Don't brush your teeth. Just come. We will use gum. Just come. I have not, just come. Because let them just get out of the space they're in. Let them get out of that funk. Because maybe they've not even had the energy to shower for 2 days. Depression is a very tricky space to be in. Very tricky. And because I've gone through it, and mine was not severe, because there are different types of depression. Yeah, there are different types. Actually, very many types. So I think mine was clinical and mild. Yeah, but I've seen others who it has gotten to depression because of trauma. Again, all these things that you're going through, or they've been shaming you. When will you get married? We're getting there. Let me not rush. Yeah. So where were we? We were on set routine, right? You set your routine, you set the alarm. After you get up, you make your bed. Yeah. And then you go about your day as normal, right? But then you come back. Remember, you set again an alarm for your nighttime to go to sleep. So if you're waking up, say at 6, and you set that you're going to sleep at 11, you will be waking up at 6, you will be going to bed at 11 for the next 2 weeks. What are you doing? You're trying to create a routine in your system. Yeah. And remember, routine, anything is meant to be broken. If it is not working for you, don't think because it's working for everyone else in the house or everyone else around me, then there's something wrong with me. No, you're not the DNA of the other person. Even you and your sibling, you're not the same person. So if you try it for 2 weeks and it's not working, drop it. There is always something else to do. The next one. I wasn't only gonna drop one. Let's say house cleaning, right? You mentally divide your space into 4, right? It doesn't matter how big or how small the space is. If it is a one room, divide it into 4. If it is top and bottom, that's a bungalow or a detached. That one, it has floors. Divide it into 4. You can divide it from the ground up and then but vertically and horizontally, or you see, you're doing this mentally because you know the layout of your place. You can divide it with the layout. And what are you doing with this? You're taking quarters. Yeah. You take that quarter. Day 1, you concentrate on that quarter. You clean. If it is decluttering, you declutter that quarter. You do not move from there. You specifically pick a day that this quarter, I'm going to deal with it this day. Yeah. And don't allow any distraction to get to you. Then when you do that, you repeat it till you tackle all of them. Does it have to be every single day? No. Once you do one quarter, it will even once you see how clear the clearance is, even maybe your office desk, yeah, you just divide it, everything, divide it into 4. Yeah. Divide it into 4 and then tackle quarter by quarter. What does that do? You see the clean space, it motivates you to clean the rest of it because you're like, oh, this looks good. That's how the mind works. Remember again, I was saying, we're supposed to be happy people, joyous people, no problems. So even your mind is supposed to identify clean, tidy, neat. This looks good. This feels good. So then it will start associating this side with the other 3 quarters. I hope I'm making sense. Then this you can also use with your projects. In fact, anything. You can use it with your projects. You can use it with even laundry. Like if you have a house that is full on laundry, you can split it. Yeah, split it into quarters. Take the blacks, take the whites, take the colors, take the beddings, or split it into 4. Your laundry. Split it into 4. What does this do? It helps you not to overwhelm yourself. Then which leads, because you overwhelm yourself, then you stop altogether, and then you go back into your funk, into the dirt, into the mess. And then the mess around you is the mess here. I think even the Bible says that. I am not good with quoting verses. And remember again, this is not preaching. So I'm sure there's somewhere in that good book that this says, yeah. Pardon me if I don't know which one it is. But if someone has it by there, please, you can put it in the comments. Where is it cleanliness is next to godliness, or is it? See, there's something I'm trying to say about that cleanliness with the Bible. Help me if you have it. And also, you can share these ideas with others around you, because imagine you're in a house and you have learned the art of splitting things into four, and everyone else is like, what is going on here? Talk, just share the idea and let them try. Yeah, let them try. Again, if it doesn't work for them, it doesn't work for them. Yeah. That was micro goals. Please, before we continue, let me see what time do you? Oh, there's a bit more time. Anyone with anything to comment, to add, because we are about to go to guilt, shame versus guilt. Let me see what's happening on YouTube. Anyone with anything to add? Any question, any comment, any complaint, any compliment? Let me see. Dorcas has asked, how about when you get shamed by neighbors, colleagues, because you have problems in your marriage? What is wrong with them? Dorcas, can you hear me? Type yes if you can hear me. Neighbors, colleagues. Oh, I wish people would have a bit of compassion. I really wish people would have a bit of compassion, because I think most times people look at it like you put yourself in that situation, but most times people forget that it's a situation of like what you ordered and what you got. You know, as this relationship progresses, you start seeing Jekyll and Hyde. You know, someone was all rosy and all white and smelled so fresh and looked so, and then as you go, and it's both genders. As you go, they start, I think we call it see finish. They start see finish. They start switching. Before you know it, you're wondering, who are you? And what happened to the person I knew? Now, how do you deal with this? First, you start by forgiving yourself. Forgive yourself for putting yourself in that situation. What do I mean? Did you know that this person was like that? Maybe yes. You have to forgive yourself, because there's nothing to move without forgiveness. You have to forgive yourself. Yeah. You sit with yourself and you're like, okay, I messed up. Yeah. I messed up. I got together with the wrong person. And now here are children. Yeah. Or now here are assets. Oh, we have a certificate. Breaking this will involve a lot of things. Take a breath, sit with yourself and look at the situation, but start by forgiving yourself. Once you forgive yourself, first of all, that's a lighter, you've lightened the load a bit. Yeah. You've taken away most of it. And then now you start taking action from there. Yeah. I think we will even I have an example of one of my clients, very good client, who even, actually I have several clients who said I should share, but because of time, I couldn't. I hope that has helped. But we'll get to it, Dorcas, we'll get to it. The hidden cost of carrying shame. What happens when you don't address it? Okay. This one, allow me to just read through because it is almost self-explanatory. A few years from now, you'll still be at the same spot. You will still be carrying the same problem. You'll still be looking for solutions, or you will have gone to, like, it will become your new normal. You're bummed. You're like, it's okay. God is very generous. And what God does, God gives you people who will help you get out of situations. Always. If you cannot do it for yourself, God will bring people around you. So at any point in this, there has to be action on your part. Always action on your part. So 5 years from now, if you're not taking action, what is going to happen? We're still at the same point. Maybe you've even You've lost a bit of hair because you're stressing too much. You've gained weight, which then has given you high blood pressure. Then now that is another problem you have to deal with. Why? Because you're stressing too much. Sometimes you even gain weight out of stress, not because you're eating too much. Because all your cortisol is just going down and there's no dopamine that is exciting anything in your system because you're in such a dull, your body is so traumatized, it stays in a dull mode, it's on a darkened situation. Next, relationships. Oh, this one, aside from pushing away people who will help you, you don't want to share because you're like, what if I share and people will know what is happening to me. Please, sometimes let people know. You can pick a supportive group, let them know, because by telling your story, someone else might have a different perspective or even an answer. Don't do this thing most African families do. We don't talk outside. I've had it. So it's actually not even African families. I've even had it with Americans, and it's everywhere. We don't talk about our families. Remember, family is the beginning of society, right? So if you're looking it from here, how will you handle what is happening to you in the society when, excuse me, what is inside within your smaller circle of family you cannot share? How will you go and share to the outside society? Am I making any sense? Like, how will you be able to go and share outside when from the inside you cannot even share with someone that you trust or you feel comfortable with to tell them, this thing is really, it's really pushing me, this thing is really dealing with me, right? Career. Aside from playing small, oh, I remember the shame that was said about work. People will be envying you because you're going up the ladder. Women will be told you're sleeping with the bosses. Men will be told if your boss is a female, same thing. You're sleeping with the bosses, or you're stepping on other people's. See, don't let people shame you. Sometimes I feel like I should be walking around with a whip. Don't let people shame you because I'm like, when are you human first before you talk to someone the way you're talking to them? When are you human first? Health. Oh, there it goes. Stress eating, sleepless nights. That is a lot of people have insomnia. A lot of people have insomnia. When we were trying to look for when we can put this, before they put the poll, we were checking the best time to have this session. And you're seeing statistics are saying that most people have insomnia. And I'm sitting here wondering, Personally, when I get to bed, the business of the bed has started. Sleep. I lay my head down there, and unless I want to scroll on my phone, that's what will keep me awake. But I will sometimes I'll find that I slept, and that's why I don't like. I'll find I slept with my phone somewhere on my body, and I don't want it. So once I go to bed, the business of sleeping has started. So I'm like, most people, I slept at 5 a.m. What happened during the whole night? I don't know. See, this thing is very debilitating. Then, chronic fatigue. Have you ever woken up and you're wondering who took me farming at night? Like, I did not dream, nothing happened. Who took me to work? Who took me on a construction site? That's the thing. Now, this is my saddest. Family. When children will inherit your unhealed patterns. So what you got from behind you, from the generation behind you, you're carrying it now, nothing happens, you carry it forward. The next generation picks from you, maybe even worse off, and then they carry it to the next one. And the circle continues until when one generation is going to be like, it stops with me. It's a very sad situation. And I'm so glad by the way most of you are here because this is a step forward. Yeah, this is a step forward. So the price of staying stuck is higher than the cost of change. The price of staying stuck, higher than the cost of change. Now, let's get into this exciting thing of the difference between guilt and shame. We need to understand shame versus guilt. You see what that says there? Guilt can be repaired. Shame becomes your identity. So shame is So shame equals paralysis, yeah. Guilt equals a chance to repair, yeah, if that makes sense. Shame equals paralysis. I did something wrong. Shame, I am something wrong. You are, not you did. So one is an action, another one is already a noun. It's a continuous doing word, which we are going to change. Now in this our Nigerian culture, here are the extra weights. You did not marry at a certain age. Your peers, they married at 18. Now their parents have grandchildren. Or your peers, they married at 25. Oh, you're 30 and you've not married. Oh, she's now 35. We have no hope for her. Or he's now 28. He's not even looking at signs. Is he gay? Everybody should calm down. Then having children outside marriage. No one wants to know. How did that happen? The thing is, it happened. You had a child. We don't want to know the story. This has happened. And then they will be shaming you left, right, and center. First of all, as if you were the only one who it has happened to. I'm not saying let's normalize bad behavior, but when it has already happened, let's walk forward. Let's not walk backward. You're walking backward, you're making this person feel terrible. You're making them have to question all their decisions and all their life choices of one choice. One choice. We are now going to all life choices. No. Struggling financially when family expects. Oh, this one. We all know one place where one tribe where these. They have to go to the abroad. They have to all japa because they have to build a mansion in the village. Mansion that you will never come. Once you japa, people have been there for over 20 years. They're not coming back. They've not even stepped back to this country since they left. But they have to build a mansion. A mansion that your parents will stay because your other siblings, since it is a competition, who is going to do the best, they also went to other countries. There's that thing that it started as a joke, but it's actually not a joke. That says we have international families. Your parents are here, your brother is in Canada, your sister is in Australia, your other brother is in UK, your other sister is in the farthest Alaska, somewhere in the US, some Alaska, very far, and the only gathering is like you people at the UN, But that's how the country has made it. You now start becoming international families because there's no provision for success here for most people. What do you do? Do you stay? All right. I said, divorce. Or you decide, I am going to go to therapy. I have had someone who was told, if I see you talk to that woman again, that was me. Because they came I went for an event and I was part of the panel and I was inviting people. So this person came to talk to me privately after the session, and they were telling me their issue, what is going on with them. And they had come with their elder sister. Their elder sister who is, those elder elder sisters who are like parents. And I literally, when we were going to get into the car, I literally had, if I hear you have spoken to that woman again, I'm thinking, okay. This person still reached out later to say they were told they would go to Pastor so-and-so to go and pray. You see, the saddest part is with therapy and counseling, you cannot force anybody. It's not a demon you're taking out. It has to be willingness, and again, willingness with action. They have to come, they have to want it, so that they have to reach a point of no return, or reach a point where they're like, okay, I don't need to reach a point of no return. This point, I need to circle back and see what happens. Now, do you all get the shame versus guilt? Let's see. There's more. I know you all have more stories, and please, can somebody share a story? Because see, I think my life was sheltered. Most of these, I was not shamed, but like I said again before, I have met people who I'm looking at this and I'm like, are you sure this is true? This is your life, or a story that we're going to get into series in a movie, you know. It's sad. It's sad. You're being shamed for the smallest of things. Yeah. I remember my first time of someone trying to shame me is they were talking about my nose, right? That, oh, they were trying to insult me. I have a big nose. Eh? Before I even spoke, my friend came and was like, the insults were not sweet, but that person, I think, regretted why they talked about my nose. They're like, look at yours, eh? Don't you see she has a foreign nose? I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, okay, carry on, carry on, carry on. So it was meant to make me feel bad, but I think the way my friend came out, and this was a long time ago, the way my friend came out with that defense, she did the work for me, and from then on nobody will, and that's the only time someone will come and shame me over. No, 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 I love every bit and part of me, every nook and cranny of me, if that is the right word. And that's the only time someone attempted, and I was like, it can never happen. You love you the bits of you, so that you love them so much that someone else cannot come in and love them for you, because it's always projection. It's always they're projecting their feelings, their perceptions, and their fears onto you. That person was looking at my nose, and maybe I don't even remember how their nose was. I don't. Maybe they wanted a nose bigger. Maybe they felt theirs was smaller, or maybe they had that insult somewhere and they thought she was going to get to me. And maybe it would have gotten to me. I don't know, because it never did. Maybe it would have gotten to me following, if my friend had not done that verbal lashing, because it was a proper, and this was a man actually, and my friend was a woman. The verbal lashing, they go, oh, I don't remember the words, but I know it was heavy. And I don't think they'll ever try that again if they're smart. Anyway, so we give power to other people to. There's a very witty statement. If I remember it, I will tell you. There's a very witty statement about how you give other people power to mirror themselves to you. Again, I said English is not our first language. Apologies. Now, please, I've been talking too much. I don't want to sound like I'm a lecturer. I'm not a lecturer. This is supposed to be interactive. Please, think of one situation where you felt judged, yeah? You see what is on the screen. So, take a minute. Think of a situation in your life where you felt judged, yeah? Take a moment, take a minute, and think about it. Then ask yourself, was that guilt about an action, or was it shame about your identity? Was it guilt about an action, or was it shame about your identity? And identity is what has been placed in you, or you have placed for yourself. Again, sometimes we shame ourselves. Sometimes we carry the shame on us. Oh, I can never do that because I can never. You can do anything. See, anything that is legal, please do. Anything that is legal in this, and as long as it doesn't hurt another human person, physically, emotionally, financially, and that again goes back to illegal. Anything that is legally right, please, as long as it is pleasing to you and it doesn't hurt others, do. Do. So, between shame and guilt, just notice the difference. Whatever you're writing down, if you're writing down on your writing pad, or if you're writing it down in the comments, notice the difference. I want to see if you understand between shame and guilt. Yeah. This is 7, 8. Okay. I'm checking time. Then write it down. Then rewrite the sentence with a kinder, truer perspective. That sentence that you wrote that was shame versus where you felt judged, I want you to rewrite it under it. Write it with a truer, a kinder perspective. You have to be kind to yourself. You have to treat yourself like the child that you wanted to be. We start from back there. That's why I enjoy doing CBT, because you start from back so that you can find that trauma where it started, and then it's like cleaning house. You start from the back, you come all the way to the front until you reach here and you're like, oh, We've cleaned everything. We're done. Out we go, you know? Or rather, out I go and I leave you in a clean space. That's what cognitive behavior, because it changes your behaviors. So you think of one situation in your life that shame has just been whispering lies, lies to you, right? Write it down, then rewrite the sentence. Example, I am a disgrace. That is in a lot of brains. I am a disgrace. To I am someone learning to stand. Maybe I'm learning to stand again. Let's use that. That's an example. Yeah. Oops. Let's see. Let me get there. Let me see. YouTubers, guys on YouTube, are you with me? How about you? Let me see. Did I miss anything? I've not missed anything yet. Okay, let's see. Have we done that short assignment? I hope you've done it. That's why we had to come with writing materials, because you needed to write that down. It is not a must for you to do it, but it is helpful. Now, before we proceed, before I tell you my client story, let me go back here. Anyone wants to share anything? The floor is open. YouTubers, rather those on YouTube, why am I calling you people YouTubers? Those on YouTube, please, if you're comfortable, share your story on the chat. Yeah, share your story on the chat. I will see it. I'm looking at the chats. Those who are live with me, anyone wants to share? We're on the difference that changes everything. So share, ask a question, I will answer. Anything. Interactive, open space. Go on. Anyone? Should I continue? Anyone with anything to say? You can share a part. You can share a way you're struggling. We can dissect it here actually very quickly. See, a problem is always a problem when it is within you. Once it comes out, it has entered in the realm of solution. Always. Once it is out of you, it starts with the lightness and it enters in the realm of solution. And there's no problem that never has a solution. There's no situation that never has a positive. There's nothing that is running negative that doesn't. It's like a yin and yang. There's nothing that is on a negative that never has a positive. That's a given. That's actually the law of life, the law of nature, even the law of God. Not the 10 Commandments, the law of God. It happens. Everything. That's why there is God. There's the devil. Yeah. You do good, you go up. You do bad, you go down. Right. So anything that comes out, it enters into solution mode because you have spoken it out. See? Okay. Okay. So guilt and shame, how does it work? You will continue with negative self-talk. Yeah. Emotionally, that's where depression comes. You see people getting angry or becoming very fearful. You have fear of starting something, fear of going anywhere, fear of talking to people, fear. Mix all those fears together. Yeah. Now, behavioral, you become withdrawn, You start going through risky behavior, you start drinking, a lot of people start engaging in sexual conduct, like they're having sex with multiple people. Sometimes it's not that they're promiscuous, they're trying to hide behind something. They're trying to hide behind something, or they're trying to hide something as well, you know? Now, let me give you Tolu's story. Tolu is now 37 actually. So she relocated, she japped to she japped. Let me not say the country. I'm trying to make sure she's as anonymous as I can. So she japped, and like you can see, she's actually a very, very successful young lady. Let me call her young lady because 36 is not old. She's a very successful lady. She has so many at 36. By the time she was getting to me at 36, she had achieved so much at that. To me, that's a tender age with the achievements. You know, the age and the achievements; those were accolades that needed to be, what is it called, celebrated. Yeah. But the problem was she was not married and she did not have children. Like, see the comparison. Yeah. So and so went to school with me, so and so is working with me, so and so, so and so. It was the comparison. Comparison is the thief of joy, they say, right? So what did we discover? That she was measuring herself with others, right? She was looking at where she is with her perceived milestones, like, oh, I am at this and I am not this. I have reached. How is it that I am 36 and I am not yet married? I don't have children. Time is ticking. Hold on. Do you see the other achievements that you made? Do you remember when I was saying sit down and look at your achievements? This is what we were doing with her, right? Then she learned to define success on her own terms, because you have to know what goal are you setting and how is it going to look. And if this doesn't, if I say by the time I'm 40, yeah, I want to own a Ferrari, I will start working towards it. If I get to 40 and I've been working towards it, yeah, I've seriously been working towards it, and I get to 40 and I'm almost there, but I've not gotten it yet. Maybe I'm almost there or I'm halfway there. Is that the time to start sulking and want to almost murder myself or others? No. You set your own terms, and then you start working towards it with compassion, because along the road there will be bumps, and those bumps have to also be factored in. Yeah, you make wins and then you make losses. How will you not factor in your losses, right? Now, where is she now? She has a lovely gentleman who I think they're going to get married in, I think their goal is 2027. Yeah, she works with goals. It's beautiful. So even it was very easy to work with her because she had those goals, but in one aspect of her life, right? So it's just to redefine what is success to you, what is achievement, what are you looking at that what's the word again? English is disappearing. Like what trajectory are you looking at, right? And then since her goal to begin with was to, and this but this did not just happen in one night or two sessions. This took several weeks. We meet once every week. We do check-ins, we do follow-ups until she was able to now find her identity, who she is, without that title, without wanting to be a mom, because just because you're somebody's wife doesn't mean that should be your title. I am somebody's wife doesn't mean I am not Treazer. I am somebody's mom doesn't mean I am not Treazer. I remain Treazer first. See, I have a doctorate doesn't stop me from being Treazer. Yes, I am Treazer with a doctorate. You can be called Dr. Treazer, it's not a problem, but I am Treazer first before the doctorate, right? So you have to find that identity that is you. Yeah. And you see most people who will be going, oh, you have to call me Mr. So-and-so, you have to call me Mrs. So-and-so, you have to call me Alhaji, you have to call me, you have to call him Oga, you have to call her Mrs. So-and-so. before that is, you're trying to define yourself by that title. That should be one of your many titles. And if it is one of your many titles, why not start with the main one that is you, the one that carries the identity that is you, you know? So that's where we had to find Tulu herself, yeah, and then now put everything else around her, you know, circle everything. Like, I am Tulu, but I am also this and this, and I want to be this and this, and I can be this and this, and I am this and this. It makes it lighter. And once she starts seeing herself with another light, that is how you start attracting what it is that you're attempting. This is not a manifestation talk. This is facts. This is how it works, because you start attracting what you become. You know, when they say, if you tune your radio, right? You tune it to reggae. You're not going to hear hip hop. You're going to hear reggae, right? And if you can't vibe to reggae, you're not going to know how to dance to it. So you go back to maybe blues that you like, right? So if your intention was, oh, first of all, I know how to dance reggae and I like reggae and that's what I want, you will tune to look for reggae. And once you find it, then you start vibing with it. But if you go and then you find, oh, it's hip hop here, you have to move to go and find it. And that's why now we build that circle. Yeah. So that's Tulu. Let me give you another example. Amaka. Amaka had suffered. If you hear the words that Amaka's partner was telling her, it's because in counseling you cannot cry when other people are crying, you know. Have to try your best to be strong. But it was bad. It was bad. See, there's no abuse that is good. But you see emotional abuse, some of them are so subtle. Someone will not talk to you for a whole week. That is holding malice. Yeah. They'll just not talk to you for a whole week. First of all, you don't even have an idea of why we are not talking to each other. Yeah, we're living in the same house. I'm passing and you're passing me and I'm like, good morning. Sometimes you won't even look at the person. And that malice is so bad. You don't know the toll it takes on someone's emotion. Okay, you were planning to do something and then you explain the thing to the person. And on the day that it happens, that's when they bring up, I'll give you an example. Someone who, this young lady, yeah, every time she was studying for, was it nursing? I think one of the medical whatevers, and she was having these very hard exams. Every time she has to go and undertake her hard exam, her boyfriend, that is when he will be sending her messages to start a fight, either the day before or the day of to distract her. And she didn't realize that it was a distraction. There are people who do it unknowingly, but there are people who purposely do it. Like, I don't want you to have a good day. I don't know, that feels like a sociopath, but we're not going to diagnose them. So that emotional abuse, it's so subtle, but it's so painful. I don't want to say you'd rather slap me, but so her situation, this was her situation. Loyalty and distraction and self-destruction were becoming a very thin line between it. Yeah. So she had to understand that she had to protect herself so that she can protect her children too, because children were involved. Yeah. Children are involved. And this was not the result the goal that we were setting at. Yeah. The goal was not to get divorced. The goal was for her to get out of that situation. And it had been going on for so long that it was bordering on to physical abuse. And remember, the children too, they're facing that as well. The children are hearing those verbals and they're seeing all that. They're seeing, there's that, the energy shifts, it gets cold. The house just gets cold. It just gets dull. And everyone is wondering what is going on. You can't put a word to it, but it is there. That was what was going on here. Was our goal to get her separated with the partner? No. We would have wished if they would have both gone to couples counseling. He did not want that. So she started on her own. And as she continued to discover herself, she discovered there was financial abuse, there was verbal abuse, which was coming in subtly with the emotion. There was a lot going on. The only thing that was not being done is she was not being beaten physically, you know. There was sexual abuse, rape in marriages, a whole other topic. So her best bet was she tried. She really did try, but she needed to get out of that situation for both her and her children to start healing. Now the children are in therapy. They're doing quite well. This was should be almost 45 now, I think. This is 2025. This was in end of 2022. So they're doing quite well because again, we have to always do a follow-up to see how people are doing because you just don't help people and dump them. That's not what we do here. Now, which one will resonate with you? Which one of the stories? Was it the pressure to achieve or the loyalty conflict? It can either be A or B or both or your story. I will take a water break. If you can, please do too. If there are any men here, please share something. We are gender inclusive. Oh, let's see. Which one are you resonating with? A or B? I hope this is not too heavy. We are almost, let me see where we are at. See, I'm not a loud person. This is I don't even think if I shout, people can hear me from 30 meters away. I've tried. So this is how I talk. I don't know if I should say it's my personality. So I pray that I am not boring you or making you feel sleepy. Please, Biko, I beg go. So let's carry on. Anyone? Have you guys typed? Let me see. Oh, YouTube, you're doing well. Let me see. Okay. Not yet. People on YouTube, can you type if you can still hear me? Can you type yes if you can still hear me? I'm hoping I did not lose any of you anywhere. Mm-hmm. Can you all hear me? YouTube, can you all hear me? Let's see. On chat, we are quiet. Nobody is resonating with any of the stories. Okay, that's good. That's good if we're all doing well. Oh, thank you. I thought they couldn't hear me. Okay. Now, remember when we were saying what we will cover, there was this framework. This framework is goals. Goals. Could even say gold. I like silver. This is goals, right? So the quiet comeback framework, it goes in four phases. These I use with all my clients. Yeah. I use with my private clients, I use with my one-on-one clients, and it works magic. How did I come up with it? Lived it, tried it, tested it, used it on others, and from what I have studied. Now, if you can see, there's phase 1, pause and presence. Phase 2, explore and reflect. Phase 3, remember and rebuild. Phase 4, integrate and walk forward. Let us break it down. This is where you create safety. Now, allow me to just read through it because I want to see if I can rush so we can, hopefully you can ask questions or we can gist, whichever way. Most Nigerians never learned it's safe to slow down. See what I was talking about? Nobody has taught most people here that it is safe to slow down. We're always rushing, always rushing. I think, some things you have to hear them, because even when your environment is rushing, how will you want to be left behind? You can be left behind lest you be called lazy or you look weird. So learn to sit with discomfort without numbness. When you sit in your discomfort, you get to know where it hurts. Then you create check-ins, very important. So for me, when I finish this before I go to bed, I will sit with myself and do a check-in to see how my day went from when I woke up. And you can just do if you're so tired, you can have a sit down and do like you're meditating, but go through your day. Okay, I woke up, I went here, that happened, that happened, that happened, that didn't happen. I couldn't get to that. I couldn't do that. What could I have done differently? So you do your check-in, yeah, every day. And again, you make these habits, right? So I do that every day. Even when it was my day to rest, I want to see, how did I rest? Was my rest vital? Is that the word? Like, was it helpful? Did I rest when I'm meeting friends? Of course, you don't have to just go and things have to be productive. Did it feel comfortable? Did it feel safe? Do I need to review that relationship? Do I need to, you have to sit with yourself. See, 5 minutes, just click, 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 click. 5 minutes. It's not a lot of time. Try it. Try it. Now, I don't know. You don't have to know everything. I don't want. You can use that too. I'm not available for that. This is where you have your presence, yeah? So you start responding because you have reflected on something. Let's go to the next one. Explore and reflect, understanding your story. So when you avoid your pain, what does it do? It becomes your control. Straightforward, right? So identify your specific shame triggers. Remember the shame triggers we were talking about, all those identity and self-worth, ethics, what else? Intimacy, all those. You have to identify the specific. If it is a long list, please identify it and we'll start breaking it down. Some of them intertwine, they intermingle with each other. Yeah. Trace patterns back to their origins. Again, remember I said that's what we do with CBT. I love CBT because it starts cleaning house. So you would go back to where these all start. Okay, I was molested as a kid, and that is why what is this called? WIM, or what is that? I almost freeze. That one. When maybe a man passes by me, right? Or I was beaten so bad that when I see a steak, that's my trigger, right? I was beaten so much when I was small, and then it continues like that, And it doesn't have to be when you were young. These things can start at any point, yeah? Separate what your parents wanted you to be from what you wanted to be. She wanted to be a lawyer. Maybe her parents wanted her to be a doctor, right? I was saying some time back, someone wanted to be a doctor. Their parents having gone through nursing, they wanted them to be a nurse because compassionate and whatnot. The explanation was there. The explanation was solid. It was making sense, but you still wanted to be a doctor. What did they do? They went and did their nursing, was it degree? I think, yes, they did their nurse. They went and studied nursing. After they finished, it was short of bringing it to the parent and be like, take your degree, It's just that you can't be that disrespectful. So they were like, okay, I've achieved what you wanted me to achieve. And then they went to do their doctorate. That is another 7 years plus residency plus. Oh, when do you start life? You see? So sometimes it's good to know how to speak for yourself, even at work, your surroundings, your friends. See, you're not too old to have situations happen to you. You will never be too old. I know of a 72-year-old who is still traumatized over things that their mom and their grandma did at 72. They're still traumatized. What do you think has been happening? They've been carrying all that. They were shamed. They were told that you cannot bring pregnancy here. You can, and they were too busy trying to raise. They were parentified. They were too busy trying to raise the other kids. Where was the time to go and run with boys? Where was the time to even go and see a movie because you're busy either going to do some jobs, you're babysitting, you're trying to go to fast foods to try and get, menial jobs. You're going to wash clothes so that you can get some money to feed your siblings because the parents did not leave anything. The parents are not around for days on end, right? And then when they come, they're coming to start telling you, oh, I don't want to see you with boys. If you get pregnant here, I will finish you. What? Words are very powerful and words are very painful. That woman is 72 and she remember if you hear her narrating that story, she's narrating it like she's living it now. At 7, she's actually a grandmother, soon to be a great grandmother. She's a grandmother. She's narrating that story like it was happening to her yesterday, and it started when she was 7. By 10 is when she was cooking. By 12, she was a whole parent. At 72, she can remember it. Yeah. So explore and reflect. Your past becomes information, not ammunition against yourself. I will repeat, your past becomes information. So you can go and revise and review and be like, I'm never going back to this. This is never happening again. Yeah. It's not ammunition against yourself. Remember, you're your own cheerleader, not your own distraction. Phase 3, remember and rebuild, reclaiming your identity. You've forgotten who you are under all the expectations. You have so many. Everyone, you remember, you're like a fixer. Everyone, everything is on you. You're taking care of a parent. You have siblings who need to be taken care of. You have your own family you're taking care of. You even have pets you're taking care of. We need to start reclaiming to get out of all that quagmire. Where are you? Where is your identity? You reconnect with your childhood dreams and values, and also we try to reconnect with your childlike self. Please don't ever listen to anyone who tells you you're childish. If you're childish, please continue being childish. And I mean, like, you're playful, you're fun, you have that childlike spirit to you. Don't lose it. It's very, very important as an adult because it takes you back to innocence and it gives you that joyous momentum of getting in and out of. It's actually a very powerful thing. So if someone has shamed you by telling you you're very childish, don't listen to them. Define success in your own terms. What we did with was it Tulu? Yes, what we did with Tulu. Practice self-compassion like a skill. Self-compassion. Do you know how to hug yourself? Today was a good day. Today was a good day. I'm very proud of you. Or today was a bad day. Hang in there, hang in there, hang in there. If you can't do this to yourself, get a pillow and put it in between yourself. There you go. Get a pillow, put it in between, and go. That's still also hugging yourself. Please learn to be. It's just a first step to many. Learn to be compassionate with yourself. You are your best cheerleader. You're your best support system. The result, you remember what was buried. You bring it out. That childlike and all that, you bring it out. Phase 4, integrate and walk forward, living your truth. The problem, knowing and doing are different things. Knowing something and all these things that I'm telling you, but some of us are here because we have not started doing, or we will not even start doing. Please, I hope you will. Knowing and doing are two different things. Create new daily rituals. Remember, like the ones I was saying, that honor your authentic self. As you try to find your identity, the real you. Practice boundary setting with family and friends. Remember, we said family doesn't have to be just blood. It's everyone who is family that you've created around you. Family and friends. Build a support system. You really, really need a support, even if it is one person. And I said, if you do not have I will be your support system. I don't mind. I don't get tired. I rarely get tired. And because I also have boundaries, when I'm tired, I'll tell you I need a break because I've learned boundaries. And you don't have to be rude or crude about it. Build a support system that sees the real you. You live from wholeness, not performance. Please give me a minute. Give me a minute. Give me a moment. I'm so sorry about that. My pet snuck in. He needed to go out. Where were we? Integrate and walk forward, living your truth. Knowing and doing are different things. Yeah. The solution, create new. Okay, we've gone through all that. We were at support system. Sorry. You need a support system. Yeah. Very important. One, if you have more, if you have sisters, if you have brothers, very important. And I'm not talking about blood brothers, like people who are in your circle who can listen to you. It's very helpful. You live from wholeness, not performance. If you had to pick one phase that you need most right now, which will it be? From listening to all that, do you remember what we've gone through? Let's go back again. Creating safety. You learn to sit with your discomfort. You create daily check-ins. You practice safer words. Then you stop reacting. That's one. Phase 2, understanding your story, right? Phase 3, you've forgotten who you are under all the expectations. So we have to reconnect you with the old you, or even the you that you want to become, or the you that you expect to become. We give you your identity. It's not a new identity, it's not an old identity, it was just you that was buried in there, right? Integrate and walk forward, living your truth. That is self-explanatory. So if you were to pick one, you can pick more than one. But which one most right now, yeah? Would you pick out of these? Please, let's interact. I have been talking and I also need a break while I listen to you. Let me see, YouTube.
Treazer,
Yes.
yeah, we are listening. It's just that it's too heavy. I'm trying to comprehend. It's too much for me.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. By heavy, you mean the information, or it's
Yeah,
like
the information. Yes.
Oh, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I'm sorry it's heavy for you, but don't worry. We'll unpack it little by little.
Okay.
Pole, sorry about that. Who else? Anyone else? Anyone else? Does anyone else feel it's heavy? Let me see. Chinwe, Dorcas, Ibidun, did I say it right? Sorry. And the ones with the technos. The techno KL5 was the very first one to arrive, and KM4. Did I miss anyone?
Good
Good
evening.
evening. Uh-huh.
I'm listening through and I'm just assimilating. I'm still, processing this information. So let me just continue to listen for now. I don't know for how long are we having this.
By how long you mean today or continuously?
Yes, today and continuously. I would rather
Today it will end soon. Please go on. You'd rather what?
I would rather listen in and then just get to know everybody.
Oh, fantastic. Where are you listening from, if you don't mind?
Lagos, Nigeria.
Oh, fantastic. You're welcome. Please tell me your name. Is it Ibidun or Ibidun?
Yeah.
How am I to pronounce it?
You pronounce it quite perfect.
Ibidun?
Yes, Ibidun.
Ibidun. Fantastic. It's a beautiful name. Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate. Anyone else? Anyone else? Even if you're also just listening, you can say you're just listening, taking it in. Oh, and thank you, Jen, for sharing. Thank you, Ibidun, for the congratulations. I had that as it was passing. I had that. Thank you. I appreciate that. Mm-hmm. Mm. So let's go back to. Oh, so to answer the question that you were asking, how it will continue, we're going to finish soon. It should be ending. It's 90 minutes. We've done 60 minutes now. We have another 40 minutes or less. No, I'm not good at math. We have 30 minutes. Or we actually have less than 30 minutes to go. Please, Linda, someone type in the comments, how many minutes do we have left? I was not good at math. I was good at compassion in school, actually. I think so. Or rather, I'd like to believe. Integrate and walk. Techno says integrate and walk forward. Let's see. Integrate and walk forward. Let's go back to the slides. Oh, we have spent 2 hours, 15 minutes. So how much time is left? Okay. Now, navigating family and community. Again, in Nigeria, see, this is specific to Nigeria, but it can also apply to other places, yeah? But because most places have their own unique problems, yeah? So when you hear in Nigeria, this had the Nigerian environment and setting and culture in mind, yeah? So family and faith plays a huge role. We all know that, yeah? Sometimes they can heal, other times they can wound. You don't have to disclose everything to everyone. Did you know that? You don't have to disclose everything to him. Not because of that juju thing that, someone is going to do something on you or someone is going to jinx it. Sometimes you just hold your cards to yourself. You don't have to have a reason. Just hold them to yourself. Then you choose who is safe. Remember, again, I was saying support system, but it has to be a safe support system. Choose who is safe for you. And again, if you do not have anyone who is safe for you, I can accommodate everybody. Compartmentalize everyone separately. I can be your safety. Set boundaries where needed. And remember that protecting your mental health is not disobedience. Yeah. Know who to engage, know when to engage, know when to set boundaries, know everything in moderation. Yeah. Everything in moderation. We'll get to that. This is actually a learned, like the way they say acquired taste. This is a learned thing. You can learn this very easily. And you know why most times, like setting boundaries or like when dealing with this, because the people that you're dealing with, like family or friends, they're so immersed into you that sometimes you either expect you should know these things, or you should have compassion because you know me, I am your sibling, or I am your friend, but those are the people, because you're like, you're not a stranger, you know me, or you're not a stranger, so it gets out of, it's like when you're seeing someone is being abused, yeah, and you can see they're being abused, but you're wondering, we can see it, how can you not see it? Because they're not far removed from the situation. Once you're far removed from it, so even the people who are around you, until now you're far removed, when you're talking about it with the third party, that's when you start seeing patterns, behaviors, triggers, all that. Yeah. What to say when family asks uncomfortable questions? Instead of I'm going to therapy, fix another one. Learning how to like, you'll say, I'm learning some new tools for managing stress, because then they will be curious, oh, those tools, because they'll see the change and then they will want to know, I want to know what is happening here. Okay. Instead of people do not understand, that's from a negative point, you say, I appreciate your concern, this is something I need to walk through. Like, I'm thankful that you're concerned about me, but so you see, instead of coming from a negative place, yeah, the goal is not to lie, but to create space for yourself, not to create a negative space. That's the conflict, not to create a negative point. You're creating space for yourself. So they give you space while you're settling is, yeah. I appreciate your concern. This is something I need to work through. Not you need to come and buttress in this. I need to work through, right? The next one. So, boundary strategy, 3 steps of protecting love. This is an approach, yeah. You acknowledge, you affirm, you assure. Example, I know you care about me because you give them the issues. I'm not rejecting this or that. I'm not rejecting your help. I'm not rejecting, or I'm not against, yeah, I am. Or assure, this change will help me be the so and so, the wife, the employee, the colleague, you can either say, if it is parent, you raise me, like you rephrase to reaffirm your boundaries. Yeah. You rephrase to reaffirm your boundaries, because if you're going into, either you're going into your inside, and if you cannot say this with your words, please, you can type it to someone. And sometimes when you type something to someone, you are able to even read through it and understand. Yeah. And reread and see, okay, I missed that. Okay, this sounds, you can even read it back to yourself and hear how it sounds. Sometimes people are not good with confrontation. Yeah. Not all of us are good at confronting others, right? Transform your shame story, write down one shame lie. These, please, if you can hold this as your assignment, some of these things, I think I will put them into the group so you can pick whatever you want to assign yourself and take time to go through, right? Write down one shame lie you tell yourself. Remember, you tell yourself, yeah? Or one that you've been told continuously that it has stuck, like it is your second outfit, yeah? So, that it can either be in one word, and then rewrite it with compassion. Remember, again, we were saying kinder, truer, but more compassionate words. Everything, even what you're thinking in your head, it's coming as I'm an idiot. We rephrase it. Yeah. Because again, remember, the way you will treat yourself, that's how you start treating others. Did you know that? And then the boomerang. The way you treat yourself, you start treating others, and then right back at you. Yeah. What clients say about, so this is about the quiet comeback. Now we have finished the learning part. I know that was heavy. Now let's come to how we're going. So all this that I have told you, I think I've taken you through what we do in about 8 to 12 weeks. Yeah. That was a whole rundown. That's why it's feeling heavy. It's all over the place and it's feeling a lot. That's why it was 90 minutes is not even enough. But who is going to sit here for 90 minutes listening? Which I am actually very thankful that you have all been here for that long a time. So we're almost done. So like, remember Tulu we were talking about up there? This is what she actually sent. I went from anxious and unsure to confident again. This wasn't just therapy. It felt like being gently guided back home to myself. That was her literal words. And then and I was using this because they sent after we completed, and I just held on to these. Yeah. And with their permission, that's why I'm sharing. They actually gave me their permissions. Amaka said every session felt like sitting with someone who sees you. Even when this was very sweet actually. Even when you don't see yourself, I'm not just surviving anymore, I am becoming. We were doing with her, we were doing the quiet comeback and become. So it has several days and under becoming. So she had undergone CBT. She had a process. This was a process. Remember, I was telling you it was like almost 3 years ago. If you could solve your shame struggle in the next 90 days, how would that change your life? Yeah. You can use one word: free, peaceful, confident, authentic. Now, remember, shame can be what you're putting into yourself or and it's very debilitating, and it has more layers than this. Again, I said, I have gone through all this. Yeah. I'm giving you, it's like tidbits. Let me tell you, when we start our cohorts, yeah, it's fun, yes, but it's a lot to unpack because then there's a lot of interaction and feeling seen and feeling felt. It's you get later by the third session or the fourth session, everyone wants to share. I even have to create time for people to share and it's not a big class. It's never a big class. So, how would you want it to be? Would you feel free, peaceful? Pick a word, either these or any word. Yeah, I'm trying to rush so we can finish so that so the cost of waiting 6 months from now without intervention and this is not just shame. Remember, shame carries traumas, traumas, then shame and traumas together, and then it's they interchange, and then you start holding back from a lot of things. Your finances are not right. Remember everything we've talked about. So that circle will continue, and you'll stay in that chain. So the shame voice stays loud and not quieter. Yeah. But we start sessions and you start quieting that, and believe me, you will not believe the transformation you'll have. If you're a parent, your children start wondering or asking why you seem sad. This is if you're waiting, like if you're not going to go. Career opportunities, these I've seen it happen a lot of times because people are feeling like they have imposter syndrome, or people are feeling like, I do not, especially that I do not deserve that, or I am underqualified. Meanwhile, someone is so overqualified. I have seen people who want to start something and something is holding them back. Please, we'll unpack all that. Family pressure increases as you get older. Do you know, as you get older, it's like more money, more problem. Just like more money, more problem. These, the pressure, more money, more problem. Same here. It applies here. And the saddest part is you get a new normal. Depression. You're depressed, but because it has become so normal, it's just sitting there. You're like, it's just me. And they say that's how that person is. No, they've gone through the ringer. And also in the pace of living or doing things, that pace, as you're in that pace, a lot of things get left. A lot of things that get left undone or untackled because there's so much else to tackle. Yeah. And please, this does not apply to any age. Each and every age qualifies for this. Here's what I know, right? I know some of you are ready. Yeah. You're ready for this. You're ready to feel back in your own skin again. Yeah. So the question is not this. Are you ready? The question is, what's your next move? deck of cards. What's your next move, right? And let me tell you truthfully, if you ever hear there's something for free, there's never anything for free. But I hope that you picked one or two things from this, because let's get to it. That was me intentionally trying to show you what I offer. This is the re-identification program. Yeah. So this, I'm going to work with about 3 people. Let me see. So I use the four phase framework. We start with the 4 phase framework. There's the becoming. If you've gone through my website, you will see several of them. But it's a mix of everything. It's not therapy, it's not coaching, yeah, because you have to read English again. You have to find who are you, like who are you, right? So it's your personalized path. We're starting from back, coming to the front until we arrive at, okay, so, oh, that wasn't me. Some people think they are, what is it called, introverts. They realize that they're extroverts, and vice versa. Some people are homebodies, but they're always out there because, oh, FAFO, fear of missing out. Yeah? Is that what it's called? Fear of FOMO, sorry. FOMO. Oh, my bad. FAFO is a different thing. Because of FOMO, right? So we use those 4. Now, those are 4 phases. But those 4 phases, they get broken down as well. Yeah? What you get, complete re-identification package, you can screenshot that to, what is it called, for accountability. You can check accountability with me. Oh, you said you will offer this, you did not offer it. Believe you me, you will get all these. Private sessions of 90 minutes for the framework. Reflection workbook, one has already been sent, and this is specific to our culture. Voice note support, very important. Have you ever seen therapy or counseling where you don't get you don't have continuous support? It can be very, very hard. That's why some people would go to seek help, and they'll be like, it did not feel like it fitted me. So language scripts for those people that you're dealing with that are putting you in that debilitating shame, or they're just poking you with all those shame words, shame things, shame, like they just point, what is it, prognosing, that we get that. Action plan for progress. Yeah, you have to maintain progress until when you feel like, see, this is for health. Yeah, this is for health, and you have to want it. You have to want to be better, feel better, because the result will be fantastic. Then emotional toolkit, yeah, for your triggers. Remember the triggers we were talking about. There's a toolkit. It's personalized to each person. So that's why we don't work with so many people, because all these, imagine we're personalizing it for every person individually before we even get to the group. So this is how much it costs. It's not an easy job. I think when I was going through my healing journey, oh, it was expensive. I even had to pay. Oh, and I remember that's why I put installments here. So the private counseling is 45,000. You have 4 sessions. The workbooks, the voice notes, they're not, because they're personalized. We're not gonna give them for free. I wish we could, but they take time and effort, right? The integration planning, that's the value. But let's move. There, it's discounted, right? So you save 175, and you get everything. Yeah. You can book your spot. So you can get a one-on-one at 25,000. Is everyone seeing that? So you will get an email after this to remind you. So this will happen for the next 5 days. So if you can, what is it called? Screenshot this for a reminder. Remember, I will not give someone else to work with you. So if you felt like I was touching cores or pieces that you would want to be handled, this is what we will do, and this is what it will cost. And it is what is it called? Installments, yeah? You can pay in installments. Now, see what I did there? Quiet confidence. It's intentional. But this is my promise. If after your first session, you do not feel that deeply heard and understood, clear on your path forward, hopeful about your future, which is very important, I promise you, I will refund your money and help you find I will not just leave you there, I will help you find the right support elsewhere, because there is a lot. If you feel, oh, she's been talking too much, or I don't even understand her, or I'm not feeling her, believe you me, you will still have the problem, right? You don't have to like what I am delivering, but you still have the problem. We will find a solution, don't worry. So I'll only work with those that I can help. So I will not try. See, coaching and counseling, it's not a gra thing. We're not push and pull. Yeah, it's like a relationship. We are not, actually, it is a relationship. It is a client whatever relationship. If we're not a fit, we're not a fit. We move on. Yeah. Why tonight matters. There you go. How many did I say? I think we even have several spots already. I have only 3 spots for this coming December. It starts, when does it start? I will check again. I've spoken so much. Numbers are going around my head. But I know the next opening is in 2026. That month. Yes, March. January, February. Yes, March. That month. Yes. Yeah, so again, let me say, your shame voice is counting on you to wait, like that devil is counting on you to fail. Your authentic self, that super ego, is counting on you to act. Oh. There we are. We're almost done, actually. Here are some of the questions that you might ask, but I should be able to figure these out myself. You can figure it out yourself, but haven't you been trying it for months or years, right? Or haven't you been trying to be, why not? See, you outsource other things. Why not outsource someone to help you solve, make a better tomorrow for you? Because future starts from after we finish here, right? And then it will continue thriving in isolation. Patterns, they will say this, I don't know what to say. They will shut me up, or we've got the antidote. Come, join, we've got the antidote. I like this one. Asking for help is wisdom, not weakness. Please, please, please always remember, it's not weakness. When you ask for help, we don't know everything. I know we know that, but let me just repeat it. Asking for help is wisdom, not weakness. Ask for help, please. All right. So you can close this screen and we can continue like before we started all these almost 2 hours. Or you can take the next step, right? You can screenshot this. I think it will also be in the, what is it called? The chats. It will be sent in the chats. That's the account that you will pay to. And there's payment plan. Did I mention that earlier? There's payment plan available. And believe me, I get so excited to work with people. Again, I said, when I see the transformation, there are some people here who knew me maybe 8 years ago. They can tell you the person that I am now is not the same person I was. Even if I had confidence then, I think now I am full confidence. Yeah. If there was a bit of shaky second guessing, and it's through all these. So I am also, what is it called? Blueprint. In English, don't worry. If whatever your language is, we shall learn it. There's translators these days. I swear, I will speak Igbo, I will speak Yoruba, I will speak Hausa, I will speak, what is the other one? I'll even speak Wari Pidgin, which I actually love. I will speak it too. So there's the account. Let's see. Once you make payment, you send it to, please take this number. This is actually also the WhatsApp number that we are using, yeah? This is Kindred Compass WhatsApp number. So you can send it there, and then you'll be granted access for when we will start the December cohort. Yeah. Mm-hmm. There you go. Join the Unmasking Shame program today and let's build your success together. I'm excited. There we are. Thank you so much for staying up until this time. You people, let me tell you, when people say MVPs, you are MVPs. All of you here and all of you on, let me see, YouTube, I haven't forgotten any of you. Where is it? Fantastic. Even those who are on YouTube. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate. So, anything you want to share before we finish with recovery actions? I'm ready for any questions, anything. I am sorry it was so jam-packed, but we can always simplify it. I promise you. It can go into, what are they called? Shorter bite sizes. It gets into bite sizes. This was a walkthrough of what is doable and how you will see how your tomorrow will be. Please, if you want to say it, you can say it. If you want to drop it in the chat, you can drop it in the chat. What is that next thing? Actions. Now we have actions to do from tomorrow, even if you're not going. But I would love for you to join. Wait, let's go back to where we were talking about it. What you get. Yeah. This is the re-identification package. This is how much. No, this is how much you're paying. Let's know if there's any questions about that. If you want me to go back anywhere or forth, let me know. There's also a payment plan, please remember. I wanted to share something while I wait for a question. I was reading a book and I read something that I wrote down before I started this. What we choose to believe is true or not. What we choose to believe is either true or what we choose to believe is not. Dictates the boundary we either set or don't set. What we choose to believe is true or not dictates the boundaries we set or don't set. Remember again, choose to believe. See, linguists, language is very important because there's the meaning and the definitions that are hidden there. Choose to believe. So that is your truth. It's not someone else's truth. I saw that and I liked it and I was like, I will share it with whoever my guest will be today. Anyone, anything about the payment? Where is the account again? Oops. This is the account. That's the account. Yeah. And then this is what you get. Oops, there, that is what you get. YouTube, any questions? Anyone with any questions? Anyone with any questions? Or any, why am I just asking questions alone? Any comments, any complaints, anything? Before we close, we will soon be closing. Please ask freely. There's nothing too small, nothing too weird. Actually, nothing weird at all. Feel safe, feel safe.
Yes, please. I also want to ask if you can get a total package of this presentation as
Okay, go on.
copy of the webinar.
Was it recorded? We'll find out if it was recorded. I will ask I'll ask the project manager. If it was recorded, yes, they can when they're sending you the email, they can send it to you. But you see, it was not supposed to be recorded. You know what? I will find out. I'll find out. Send me. Are you on the group? Are you on the WhatsApp group?
Yes, please.
Please send me a message on that group. Just say a sentence there, or say you asked about having the and they will respond, or I will see it so that I can respond. Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty. So that I can find out.
And then they
You know,
continue.
go on.
Is this a one-off, or we'll see how?
Oh, I forgot to answer you that. So it's not going to be a one-off, right? See, there's a lot of things that we can all interact and learn together, right? So they will be there once a month because we already have the group. They'll be there once a month, almost town hallish, whatever, like it's a town hall, and then there'll be the trainings on different things within the month. Yeah, maybe a fortnight or that. It's something that we will see depending on how it goes, because again, this happened on this is a weekday, right? We'll do again, we might do another one hopefully over the weekend, and then we'll take it from there. But whatever happens, we will make sure we continue this, because we are all open to learning, and we're all opening to, and the others will not be this heavy. We can do quick half an hour. You can actually learn a lot in half an hour. I'll try and wrap or talk quickly. Yeah, so that helps. Does that help?
Yes, in a way. If maybe when we chat, I'll be able to get more clarification.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes, you can actually chat with me. You can just send me a message on the, well, let me show you the number. Please take this number. Where is it? This number. Do you see this number on the screen?
Yes.
Please take that number. You can always chat me. I will respond to you.
Okay, so let me quickly see.
Yes, take the number. You can chat me.
Okay, thank you.
You're most welcome. You're most welcome. And I'm glad you're showing interest in yourself. You see, this is showing interest in yourself. See, the one thing that we don't do, we can, right now, someone can call you and be like, I need help. I need a car to rush to go and get XYZ, or I need maybe financial, I need money for this. You will find a way to solve that problem. Yeah. But for yourself, you will hold it, be like, you know what? I've been surviving. I can handle another maybe 2 more weeks, or we'll do this thing next year. It's already December. Please, please, please. Whatever you're going to spend over the holiday, especially if you celebrate Christmas, whatever you're going to spend on turkey. Turkey is expensive. Let's see. Where is it? Let's be honest. Turkey, is there turkey for 25,000? No. Is there? I don't eat turkey, so I wouldn't know. Why am I using that as an example? But anyway, is there turkey for 25,000? I don't think so. So you invest in yourself, and then you're like, it doesn't have to be celebrated. And actually, someone else can buy turkey this Christmas. Is it just you? Remember, we're starting to set boundaries. Is it only you who will be feeding people? Someone else can feed people, or everybody can fast. You can pray for baby Jesus to arrive. Can all pray for baby Jesus for safe arrival. Anyone else with something? Where is it again? Where is the number? I keep losing this. There it is. Anyone else who wants to get the number, you can chat me. We also have an email. I can actually I'm sure you've gotten the email. Even those on YouTube, you will get an email. I hope we do have your emails. Yes, you will get an email on that. On the steps forward. You will. Now, if I am tired, I can imagine how the rest of you are feeling. I'm sorry to have kept you for this long. I appreciate you all being here. Let us have an assignment. You have to start somewhere. See, even if you're not going to join the cohort that is coming up, if you're not going to join any other webinar, please, please, please start with these actions. Yeah, these are just simple steps that you will do tomorrow. Morning affirmation. If you're religious, you have been affirming yourself, you know how to do a morning affirmation. If you're not, morning affirmation, I am, right? I am. And then you say compassionate, kind, good things about yourself. You do not have to say it out loud. After you have said your prayers for the day, please remember to add that compassion to yourself. Add it on top of, don't stop praying, please. Add it on top. Then, please, for the next, let's do this for, if you can, do this for the next. See, why you do things for 2 weeks or 3 weeks is because habits are created in daily repetition of things. Yeah. If you don't floss your teeth, yeah, and you want to start flossing, go buy that pack. There's that small pack. Go buy that small floss pack. Place it, if you're always on your dining every day, place it on your dining. If you watch your telly every day, place it where your remote sits. By the time you pick it, so you start associating picking the remote with that, and then you start treating it as a habit. Then you will know, I have to floss my teeth, and then it continues. Yeah. So habits. We're still talking about habits. Now, I want you to create a new habit. You can do this on your phone. Most all phones have notes. You can go up there and write on notes, self-kindness notes, or you can write your name and you say my kindness, Treazer's kindness notes. Yeah. Give yourself kindness. You know what this does? It's just like gratitude. Yeah. It puts you on a on a positive feel, on a positive mode for the rest of the day, or even for the night. Imagine you're going to sleep and you have that. See, it can be one note, it can be many. This is not journaling, because most people say they don't know how to journal, but then journaling is very easy. It's very easy. You start with these kindness notes, and then before you know it, you're starting to write that, oh, today was beautiful because A, B, and C happened, and you're wondering, how did I get here? Journaling is very good. You don't have to do it, but it's very helpful. 6 actions. Share with a safe person. Find whoever is safe for you. Remember, if you do not have any safe person in your circle, I have volunteered to be your safe person. Don't I sound safe? Please, but let me know. Do I sound safe? Maybe I might be. Is it called tootling your horn? Do I sound safe? Then you can join a support group. You can either join our support group, or you can find a support group around you, either on WhatsApp, physically, church, anywhere you volunteer, anywhere, find a support group. Find a support group where you can have candid conversations, even though you don't have to share everything. You can just, where people go and even share hypotheticals. Yeah. Like we have a book club. We have a book club where it's very interesting. We share candid conversations. Yeah. Remember one micro goal, the one I was talking about, one micro goal daily to start changes. Now, if you're in an abusive relationship, one micro goal is every time you're told you're very stupid, bounce it back. Bounce it back with a positive. That is your micro goal. And even as they keep saying everything else, you just remember, what is the opposite of you're very stupid? You can pick I am very intelligent or I am very compassionate, and then let that continue singing in your head. They're talking here, but you have that you're not hearing. I am compassionate. I am compassionate. I am compassionate. You're feeding your mind with positivity. Please seek professional help. If you're feeling that you needed, I need help. This felt like, oh, something is wrong or something needs to be done. Please seek professional help. Now, these actions, you can take either one action, two, or all six together separately. Your strength. Yeah, they are simple but powerful. If you do one, you started come back. Just one, you started come back. So this is like a test of the things we do. Yeah. And we also after we start knowing each other, we start sharing kindness notes with each other. You don't have to. Like in our support groups, you don't have to, but you can, because I think because us, we know each other, and we know each other online. We most of us have not even met. Yeah. So next steps to continue this journey. Shame tells you to hide. That's what it's singing. Hide, 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 hide. But step into the light. Remember I was saying, all your shadows, if you keep moving, if we keep bringing light into it, you release most of those shadows. Yeah. So I hope it's clear, right? If you'd like to continue, join our support group circle that starts next week. Then book a one-on-one coaching session with me. I promise I am gentle, I am real. What's the other word I can describe myself with? I am kind. Actually, I am kind. I'm empathetic. I will not bundle you. You will have assignments to do, but they will be fun assignments. So book a one-on-one with me. That's the number. Again, I'll take you back to the number, but let's finish. Actually, yes, details will be emailed to you. So don't stress. But remember, this is the number. If you want to reach me, this is the number. If you want to make payment to this cohort that is coming, this is the discounted amount with a payment plan, please. Yeah. One-on-one session is here. I hope you screenshot this to go and sit with it. Please do not make quick decisions, but there's not much time. But you have 5 days. I'm not trying to be to have oxymoronic statements. I hope all those made sense. And then where is it? This is the account number. I hope you screenshot it. If you did not, it will be sent to your email. But most importantly, if you need to reach me after this, I will still be available until what time is it now? My watch even went off. It's 5 minutes to 10. I will be available until 11. So that's how I can go shut my house. I've spoken too much. I've spoken way too much today. I don't think I speak that much in one go. Because most times, even in sessions, you're doing more listening. Anyway, I'll start doing more trainings. Where were we? Let's get to the end. So to continue the journey, we have done that. Details are here too. So if you're ready, you can type yes, we're almost done. There it is, feel at home. You'll feel at home in your own skin again. See, like I was saying, what I have given you is what we tackle to get you to your ultimate. See, if you have watched that, what is it called, movie Cars, the one that has those trucks, for you to get to start moving like that truck until people start getting shocked. You know, when it starts, that's the movie Transformers. You know the way they transform? That's exactly what will be happening to you, because people will be like, oh, what's going on there? And then they say, whoop, 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 whoop. You have turned into into that beautiful track, or from the track you have turned. If you have watched Transformers, I think you get what I am saying. That's my tiny neurodivergence now talking. Alrighty. Let me see. Is there anything? Okay. Thank you so much for trusting me with your evening. This was a long one. Remember, you're not your worst choice. You're your next chance. Yeah? When you come back, be quiet and powerful. Before we go, I'm about to say good night. Anything? Anything else? Let me get out of here. Oops. I am back. Oh, let me see. Oh, sorry. I didn't even know people were here. I'm busy talking to myself. Sorry. Sorry. People have been active. I apologize. Yes, that was on Vitiligo. Thank you, Jane. Michael Jackson. Wait a minute. Oh, this is interesting. Wait, let me close that so I can see this properly. What did I just see? Becky, obeying Habi's wish of stopping career stroke job for him and family, and later being shamed for that by Breathe, Treazer. What? This is not nice. This is not nice. We're told to submit, and then this is what happens. I am so sorry this happened to you. This was their projection. You see, here's the thing, yeah? If you look at that statement, you had nothing to do with that. It was all them bringing to you, if it makes sense. It was a them thing bringing it to you, right? Let me see the other one. Does that make sense, Rebecca? I'm so sorry that happened to you. I am so sorry. We will heal from that. I don't remember what you asked. Oh, yeah, that was, let me see, yeah. Type A or B or both. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Jane. You can relate to both. All of you need to come and join. Let's go through this journey together. Any Bidun, Rebecca said integration and work. I missed all these. Wow. Oh, Rebecca. I am not going to try to murder your second name, but it's a beautiful name. Oh, fantastic. I'm glad you've been practicing all that. Making positive and healthy routine counts. Very important. Very important. This is lovely. I'm on the messages. I'm looking at them. Yes, you need to get help. Very important. Very important, because you matter. You matter to yourself. See, you'll never matter to anybody else. You'll only matter to yourself. And you can matter to others, but not as much as to yourself. Yeah. So please, this is very important, and I am open to getting you there, either by me or by someone else. We can always land there. I apologize, I was not following that. Thank you, Becky, for practicing all these. Congratulations, and I'm even glad you sat for the revision. That was really nice. Thank you. So, permission to say good night. Anyone else with anything? I can stop sharing. Let me stop sharing. Okay. Those on YouTube, thank you very much for having joined us. I really, truly appreciate. I've not forgotten you all. I was checking the messages to see that I did not miss any of your messages. So that means I was busy checking you guys and missing my people on live here. Apologies. All right. I will do this like we do in meetings. There being no other, how do we say it? There being no other A or B? I'm tired. I'm tired. Please allow me to say good night, everyone. I will see you. No, you will get more information on your email. We'll continue this. Thank you for those who have joined and those who will join after now. I appreciate you all. I am thankful you took all that time. I'm glad you stayed all through. You listened to everything I had to say, and I hope you picked something. Even one is important. Even one. That is important. All righty. Good night, everyone. Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good
Thank you. Thank you.
night.
Bye.
Good night, Jane. Bye-bye. Good night.